Chapter 17:10. Qin Feng stared blankly. He had heard of the white spirit bird before and knew that it really existed. This was because one of the main materials for the third godly item, imprisonment, in the system's limited edition interface was the white spirit feather. It seemed that the white spirit pill wasn't just a legend, it was an immortal pill that actually existed in the northern sand continent. Elder Su, don't worry. I'll think of a way to get the white spirit pill. You and Elder Su Baidan just need to guard Four Direction Tower. Qin Feng decided to help Four Direction Tower. This was also helping himself. Elder Su and the others were stunned and Su Ruer exclaimed, "Ah? Junior brother Qin Feng, can you get the white spirit pill?" It's hard to say whether or not I can get it now, but I know that the white spirit pill and the white spirit divine bird really exist. In a few days I'll go find out the whereabouts of the white spirit divine bird. As long as I can get its inner core, I can find my master to refine the white spirit pill. Since the white spirit pill was an immortal pill, Qin Feng knew that he couldn't refine it with his current alchemy skills. However, Long Qinjuan's master should be able to do it. Su Baizhen and Su Ruer immediately became excited as though they had seen hope. However, Elder Su still had a grave expression. He knew that the white spirit divine bird wouldn't be found so easily. Thank you for your good intentions, young hero Qin. If you can really get your hands on the white spirit pill, the Bright Moon Tower Master will definitely not treat you unfairly. In the end, Su Xuanfei still placed his hopes on Qin Feng. Given the current situation of the four-way tower, he and Su Baidan didn't dare to take even half a step out of it. Luckily, in terms of time, it wasn't too urgent. As long as they could find the white spirit pill within a year, they would be able to cure the Bright Moon Tower Master's damaged spirit pill. Moreover, even if the other factions saw that Su Mingyue had failed to break through, they would not dare to come looking for trouble. Since Su Mingyue was able to break through to Empty God Realm, it was obvious that he had stepped into Peak True Spirit Realm 9. With such strength, he was definitely one of the top powerhouses in the northern sand continent. After deciding on this matter, Elder Su suddenly became mysterious. Disciple of the True White, please go out for a while. Su Baizhen was baffled. Master, what do you want me to do? Cough cough. If there's nothing else, you can leave first. I have something to say to Qin Feng in private. Su Baizhen quickly retreated and did not forget to say to Su Ruer, "Junior sister Ruer, come with me." When Su Ruer saw that her master had asked Qin Feng to stay behind, it was obvious that he had something important to discuss. She was about to leave with Su Baizhen when Su Xuanfei called out to her. "Ruer, you don't have to leave." Su Baizhen and Su Ruer were stunned. I'm not leaving?" Su Ruer pointed at her own nose with a cute silly look on her face. Su Baizhen had a silly look on his face. "Master Ruer doesn't need to leave. Why should I?" Su Xuanfei wanted nothing more than to kick Su Baizhen out. This disciple of his was usually quick-witted, but why was he acting like a block of wood today? Cough cough. By the way, White Real, can you help me take a look at the progress of the new batch of Spirit Surge pills? Elder Su casually found an excuse. Qin Feng could tell that Elder Su had asked him and Su Ruer to stay behind. Aside from feelings, what else could they be talking about? Senior Su, I'll go take a look with Senior Apprentice Brother True White. Qin Feng made his intentions clear. It wasn't that he looked down on Senior Apprentice Sister Ruer, but that he was currently burdened with many responsibilities and didn't have the time to talk about love. Before Su Baizhen could react, Qin Feng had already pulled him out. Elder Su shook his head and smiled bitterly as he watched the two of them leave. "Master, why are you looking for me?" Su Ruer asked foolishly. Su Xuanfei laughed out loud. Ruer, regardless of whether it's alchemy or cultivation, your talent is extraordinary. However, I'm really worried about your relationship. You're already over 30 years old, so it's time for you to find a man to marry. Su Ruer's face turned red and she pouted. "Master, I'm not interested in relationships. Cultivating the heavenly Tao is the right thing to do." Su Xuanfei shook his head and said, "Who says that you can't cultivate after getting married? The speed of dual cultivation is even faster. Don't try to lie to me. I can see that you have feelings for Qin Feng, but it's a pity." Su Ruer was so embarrassed that she wanted to dig a hole and hide in it. However, she quickly realized another problem. "Master, what's a pity? You really can't see it. You can't blame me for saying that you're a fool when it comes to relationships. Do you know why I left you and Qin Feng alone? I wanted to make do with the two of you." Su Xuanfei smiled bitterly. Su Ruer exclaimed, Master, so that's your intention. Why didn't you tell me in advance? How embarrassing." Luckily, Junior Qin Feng didn't understand and left. Su Xuanfei shook his head again. My silly how could Qin Feng not see it? He saw through my intentions, so he found an excuse to run away. Su Ruer was stunned. Even if she was an idiot, she could still understand Qin Feng's intentions. That brat actually rejected her? Who does Qin Feng think he is? I, Su Ruer, am the #1 female disciple of the Square Tower and a famous talented woman in the Northern Sand Continent. I'm also the #2 gold pill refiner in the Red Flower Hall, and I've reached Saint King level 8 at the age of 30. In the entire Northern Sand Continent, there are so many talented disciples from 5-star sects and clans who have pursued me, but I've never even looked at them. Yet that Qin Feng dared to reject me? How infuriating. Su Ruer flew into a rage and scolded Qin Feng from start to finish. Su Xuanfei smiled bitterly and left. He knew that the relationship between a man and a woman couldn't be forced. If you liked someone, you would like them no matter how many flaws they had. If you didn't like someone, you would not like them no matter how good they were. Qin Feng stayed in the Square Tower for a few more days and prepared to set off in search of the White Spirit Divine Bird. He also planned to make a trip to ancient Sand Town. Back then, on the Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild's airship, Qin Feng had used the primary transformation pill to exchange for a Blood Moon Stone. That Blood Moon Stone was one of the main materials for refining shackles. At that time, he had exchanged it with a rogue cultivator named Zhong Kuei. Before Zhong Kuei left, he had told Qin Feng that the Blood Moon Stone was found in an ancient martial ruins in ancient Sand Town and had given Qin Feng a map. Since a rare material like the Blood Moon Stone had appeared in the ancient martial ruins, Qin Feng planned to see if there were any other treasures. Now that he had to find the White Spirit Divine Bird, he planned to gather all the materials needed for the shackles as soon as possible and forge this powerful true weapon. Qin Feng had also made further plans. When he found the White Spirit Pill, the Huaxia Merchant Guild would probably have expanded and his cultivation level would definitely increase. When that time came, he would make a trip to the South Flat Continent and bring Huaxianyu back. Just as Qin Feng was about to set off, he received a message from the Zhu family of Fire City. The Zhu family of Fire City was the first batch of Merchant Guild members that Qin Feng had subdued. The Zhu family sent a flying sword message saying that they had encountered some obstacles in their development of the Huaxia Merchant Guild and hoped that Qin Feng could go and resolve it. Chapter 1711. After 3 days on the flying instrument, Qin Feng arrived at his destination. Fire City was a desolate city. Although it occupied a large area, it was remote and lacked spiritual energy. It was similar to a mortal spirit city. The entire Fire City was occupied by the Zhu clan. The Zhu clan was merely a newly established 4-star sect in the Northern Sand Continent. No wonder they could occupy such a large city. Ordinary 5-star sects wouldn't be interested in this place, and 3-star and 4-star sects wouldn't easily seize it. However, when Qin Feng arrived, he didn't see any danger in Fire City. This is a restricted area of Fire City. Only members of the Zhu family can enter. There were disciples standing guard outside the city gates. Qin Feng swept his gaze over them. As expected, this was a newly established 4-star clan. Compared to 5-star sects and clans, the difference in strength was too great. The disciples guarding the gates were all at the Immortal Qi realm, and the strongest among them was only at the mid-stage Saint King realm. I am Qin Feng. Your family had invited me here. Qin Feng introduced himself. The disciples were shocked. Qin Feng's name had spread far and wide in the North Sand Continent. Even if they hadn't seen him in person, they had heard of him. So it's young hero Qin. Please come in. The strongest Saint King quickly stepped aside. At the same time he sighed. So this was Qin Feng. It was said that he had entered the Buddha-like realm. However, he was too young. Qin Feng followed the disciples to a main hall. He saw the family head of the Zhu family, Zhu Li, sitting in the main hall. Ah, President Qin has graced us with your presence. Apologies for not going out to meet you. Seeing Qin Feng, Zhu Li quickly stood up to welcome him. He waved to the disciples and guards in the hall. All of you leave. Everyone left. Qin Feng went straight to the point. Family head Zhu, your flying sword said that the Zhu family is in trouble. I don't see any problems. An imperceptible trace of panic flashed across Zhu Li's eyes. He smiled and said, President Qin, don't be anxious. You've come all the way from Pill City. Sit down and have a good rest. I've specially prepared a sumptuous meal and wine. Let's have a drink first and talk while eating. Qin Feng sat at the short wooden table in the main hall. Zhu Li sat opposite him. The table was filled with food and wine. Qin Feng hadn't eaten for 3 days. He was really hungry. President Qin, did you come here alone? Zhu Li asked with a glass of wine in his hand. It's just me. Is there a problem? Qin Feng felt that Zhu Li's behavior was a bit strange today. Ah, of course that's not a problem. I was thinking that if there are more disciples following President Qin here, I can send someone to entertain them. Alright, let's talk about the Zhu family. What happened? Qin Feng said, waving his hand. Zhu Li was not in a hurry. He raised his glass and drank it in one gulp. President Qin, I'll give you a toast first. Let's talk after drinking this glass of wine. Qin Feng looked at him meaningfully and drank the wine. He immediately used his mind to communicate with Little Pig. Is there a problem with the wine? Master, since you guessed that the wine might be poisoned, you still dare to drink it? Little Pig pouted. Qin Feng understood Zhu Li's words. At this moment he wanted nothing more than to slap Zhu Li to death. Back then he had given Zhu Li so many pills and benefits, yet Zhu Li dared to betray him. However, Qin Feng suppressed his anger. The reason why he drank the wine was because there was an all-purpose antidote in the system. Qin Feng was not afraid of being poisoned. Secondly, he wanted to beat Zhu Li at his own game. He wanted to see what Zhu Li was planning. Seeing Qin Feng drink the whole glass of poison wine, Zhu Li seemed to have changed into a different person. His expression became playful. Qin Feng, you asked me what danger the Zhu family is in? Ah, I'll tell you the truth. The Zhu family is fine. Qin Feng sneered. I don't think so. Your Huali Zhu family will be destroyed today. Zhu Li was furious. He slammed the table and stood up. Qin, don't think that I'm afraid of you just because you have a master. If you die here today, I don't believe that Long Qinjun will still be able to find me. Qin Feng pretended to be confused. Zhu family head, what do you mean? Why would I die in your territory? Zhu Li laughed. Ah, Qin brat, stop pretending. I know you're a cautious person and have already seen through my betrayal. But that's not important anymore. The moment you drank the poisoned wine, you were destined to die here. Rumble. A loud explosion sounded. Qin Feng's body surged with energy, turning the short table in front of him into dust. You want to kill me? Stop daydreaming. Zhu Li was shocked. He hurriedly circulated his energy to protect his body. He was a Buddha Light 6 changes expert, but he found that his body couldn't withstand Qin Feng's energy. In the end, he couldn't help but take a few steps back. You're not poisoned? Zhu Li cried out. Since you said that I saw through your betrayal, how could I be poisoned? That's impossible. I clearly saw you drink the poison wine. How could you? Zhu Li suddenly stopped. He remembered something important. Qin Feng was an elixir king. How could a normal poison harm him? But Zhu Li quickly laughed. Ah, so what if you're not poisoned? You can only blame yourself for being too arrogant. As an elixir king, you don't even know your surname. How dare you come here alone? You deserve to die. Just as he finished speaking, a dozen or so murderous auras shot out from the room. Qin Feng's expression was solemn. These auras were all Buddha-like cultivators' auras. There were even a few that he couldn't figure out. The crowd landed on the ground and scattered around Qin Feng, surrounding him. Qin Feng quickly scanned the crowd and immediately understood. There were many familiar faces and clothes in the crowd. Red Flower Hall's Tu Chi was among them. Treasure Pill Pavilion's Lu Hui and Lu Beidong were also here. Guru Li stood with them. There were also disciples wearing Northern Dark Zhang family's clothes. Yuan Continent's Shui family and Celestial Crane Mountain's disciples. Including the Fire Li Zhu family, there were 6 groups of people. Each group had a Buddha Light Realm expert. As for Guru Li and Red Flower Halls Bai Lin and Bai Hua, he couldn't see through their strength. As soon as the crowd appeared, they glared at Qin Feng fiercely. An elder from Celestial Crane Mountain shouted, Grandson Qin, you dared to kill my Celestial Crane Mountain's Zhao Lei disciples. Today this old man will take revenge for them. For trash like Zhao Lei, if Qin Feng could do it again, he would kill him again. Yuan Continent's Shui family also shouted, Shui Pingji is a genius disciple that our Shui family has nurtured. If you dare to kill him, Yuan Continent's Shui family will not rest until you are dead. Qin Feng remembered Shui Pingji. He had met him on the Soaring Dragon Merchant Guild's airship during the Sage King exchange. Shui Pingji was a sinister villain. At first, he wanted to force Qin Feng to give him the soul-condensing pill. Later, when he found the clear spirit grass on Godfall Island, he wanted to kill Qin Feng and Wen Yiming. But in the end, he was killed by Qin Feng. However, Lu Hui and Lu Beidong shouted the fiercest. Ah! Qin, you dared to slap me in the face at the pill store conference. You should have thought of this ending. Qin Feng, as long as you hand over the Spirit Surge pills recipe, we promise to spare your life. Chapter 17:12. Qin Fan sneered. If he believed Lu Hui's words, then he must be out of his mind. There was no advertisement. You want the recipe for the spirit surge pill? Come and get it yourself, Qin Fan said indifferently. Lu Hui didn't think much of it. There were so many powerful cultivators here. Why would he be afraid of Qin Fan? Unless he didn't want to live anymore. Weren't you very arrogant before? So there are times when you admit defeat. Lu Hui walked up to Qin Fan and didn't forget to make some sarcastic remarks. He reached out to Qin Fan with a smile on his face. Qin Fan raised his hand and there was a gust of wind. Lu Hui's smile froze and his body split in half. Boom. There was a loud explosion and flesh and blood flew in all directions. Lu Hui was just a level 2 Holy King cultivator. He was nothing to Qin Fan. The crowd was stunned for a second and then they were furious. Master Li attacked first, and the wind from his palm had already landed. Boom. At the same time, there was a loud explosion on Qin Fan's body. He didn't dodge on purpose. He used the power of Master Li's palm to fly to the open space outside the house. The crowd immediately chased after him. Elder Bai Lin of Red Flower Hall shouted with dissatisfaction, "Lu Li, go easy on him. That bastard is only at the second transformation Buddha aura. If you kill him, no one will get the recipe for the spirit surge pill." He was shouting at Master Li. His original name was Lu Li, and he was obviously from the treasure pill tower. As soon as Qin Fan landed in the yard, several black shadows surrounded him. Although he had put on the water spirit true armor before he was hit, Lu Li's palm still made his blood boil. If he hadn't put on the true armor, he probably wouldn't have been able to stand up. "Qin, how dare you resist? I think you must be tired of living." Lu Beidong had the lowest cultivation level in the crowd. He and Lu Hui had come to annoy Qin Fan, but Lu Hui had already been killed by Qin Fan. Boom. Qin Fan didn't say anything and sent a hot fireball at them. He knew these people wouldn't kill him easily. Since that was the case, he would kill some ants first. Anyway, people like Lu Hui and Lu Beidong were insignificant in the eyes of Bai Lin and the others. However, he was wrong this time. Lu Beidong was Lu Li's only son. Seeing the fireball rushing towards Lu Beidong, Lu Li hurriedly flew to block it, but before she could get close to the flames, her expression changed dramatically. Purple flame? This is the 5th ranked earth fire, purple serene flame. Rumble. As soon as his voice fell, he watched helplessly as Lu Beidong was burnt to ashes. Lu Li immediately charged at Qin Feng as if she had gone mad. Her palms formed a hurricane vortex. "Qin brat, I want you to die a horrible death." That ferocious aura instantly enveloped Qin Feng, causing his movements to slow down. Earlier in the Great Hall, Qin Feng had observed the strength of the crowd. Among them, Lu Li's aura was the strongest. It even surpassed the existence of the 2 Red Flower Hall elders. Just as the palm wind was about to hit Qin Feng, 2 figures appeared in front of him. They were Red Flower Hall's Elder Bai Lin and Elder Bai Hua. 2 auras surged out from the 2 of them, forming a barrier in front of them. When Lu Li's palm wind landed, the barrier fluctuated violently before it finally calmed down and disappeared. "What are you 2 doing?" Lu Li was furious. The 2 of them had ugly expressions. Bai Lin yelled, "I wanted to ask you what you were doing. If it wasn't for me and Bai Hua, that Qin brat would have already been killed by you. Didn't your Red Flower Hall gather everyone to come to Fire City to kill that brat?" Lu Li lost control of her emotions after Lu Beidong died. "Qin Feng will die sooner or later, but before that, let's first get the Spirit Surge Pill's pill formula. Now that his body has the purple serene flame, we can't easily kill him." Bai Lin was already unwilling to talk to Lu Li. He turned around and glared at Qin Feng, yelling, "You killed many of my Red Flower Hall's disciples. Today you won't be able to escape death. If you want to die quickly, then hand over the Spirit Surge Pill's pill formula and the purple serene flame. Otherwise, not only will we kill you, but we will also find your friends and relatives and kill them one by one." Qin Feng's eyes were filled with anger. Bai Lin had already touched his reverse scale. Today, whether or not he could leave alive, he had to kill these people in front of him. Previously, when Qin Feng killed Shui Pingji, Zhao Lei and the others on the Fallen God Island, no one should have found out. Now that the elders of the various large families and sects had come looking for him, Qin Feng guessed that it was Tu Chi who had leaked the secret. If he had known this would happen, he would have killed Tu Chi back then. "Okay, I can give you the Spirit Surge Pill's pill formula, but I have a request." Qin Feng's expression didn't change in the face of a group of powerful beings. Lu Li's suppressed anger exploded again. "You ant, your life is in my hands. What right do you have to talk about conditions?" Qin Feng rolled his eyes at him and said disapprovingly, "Fine, then just kill me. What's with all this nonsense? You think I don't dare to kill you?" A violent aura burst out from Lu Li's body, but before he could make a move, Bai Lin hurriedly shouted, "Tell me, what are your conditions?" Qin Feng pointed at Tu Chi and Zhu Li and said, "These two have a deep grudge against me. I want to fight them. If they can defeat me, I will hand over the Spirit Surge Pill formula and the Purple Flame, and let everyone do whatever they want to me." Everyone was stunned, completely unable to understand Qin Feng's intentions. Tu Chi was at the first transformation of Buddhist aura, and Zhu Li was at the sixth transformation of Buddhist aura. Wasn't Qin Feng courting death by asking to fight both of them at once? After a brief hesitation, Bai Lin immediately agreed, "Okay. You said it. If you lose to the two of them, hand over the Spirit Surge Pill and the Purple Flame immediately, or I will make you wish you were dead." "Master." Tu Chi looked at Bai Lin nervously. When he and senior brother Mo Li had fought with Qin Feng in the Fallen God Sea, Qin Feng was only an 8th level Saint King. Who would have thought that Qin Feng had reached the second transformation of Buddhist aura now? How could Tu Chi have the confidence to defeat Qin Feng? However, before he could finish speaking, Bai Lin shouted in exasperation, "With Zhu Li at the sixth transformation of Buddhist aura helping you, what are you afraid of?" Tu Chi suddenly understood. Previously, how could he know what Zhu Li's cultivation level was? Now that he understood the situation, he completely looked down on Qin Feng. Perhaps he didn't even need to make a move. Senior Zhu Li could defeat Qin Feng by himself. "Surname Qin Brat, that day you used the trap formation to harm my senior brother Mo Li. I swore to avenge my senior brother and the few dead junior brothers. Today the time has come. Brat, die." After saying that, he immediately looked at Zhu Li and said, "Senior Zhu, when the battle starts, I will have to rely on Senior Zhu to be the main attacker." Zhu Li was so angry that he almost vomited blood. "You don't even have the ability to speak so ruthlessly." However, he couldn't complain. After all, the Red Flower Hall was too powerful. He, a mere patriarch of the Fire Li Zhu family, couldn't afford to offend them. It was also for this reason that when the Red Flower Hall found him, he didn't hesitate to betray Qin Feng. "Qin Feng, don't blame this old man for being ungrateful. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself for offending someone you can't afford to offend." Zhu Li shouted and charged forward with his twin axes in hand. Chapter 17:13. Whoosh. The axe chi brought with it 2 balls of fire and instantly arrived before Qin Feng. Facing an expert with 6 changes of Buddha aura, Qin Feng didn't dare to be careless and quickly struck out with his palm. Since the purple flame was exposed, Qin Feng didn't plan to hide it anymore. The 2 balls of purple flame instantly swallowed Zhu Li's fire axe chi and fiercely shot towards Zhu Li. It really is a rare flame, such a powerful fire seed. Zhu Li's expression changed and he quickly retreated. The Zhu family of the Fire Li mainly cultivated fire elemental skills, and Zhu Li himself was a fire spirit root cultivator. Even so, the fire elemental skill he used was as weak as a baby under the purple flame. He didn't even have a chance to get close to Qin Feng. "Senior Zhu, you attack, I will support you." Seeing this, Tu Chi quickly stabbed out with his sword from a tricky angle, sneakily attacking Qin Feng from behind. However, Qin Feng didn't seem to notice. He stood on his flying sword and hovered in the air without moving. Tu Chi was overjoyed. His sword went straight for Qin Feng's waist, but it seemed to be blocked by something. It couldn't pierce his body. Boom. The strong sword chi exploded, and Qin Feng's body seemed to be covered in a layer of water. The sword chi only caused some ripples, but it couldn't even pierce through Qin Feng's skin. "Tu Chi, I have waited for this moment for a long time." Qin Feng suddenly turned around. He deliberately let Tu Chi stab with his sword. With the support of the water spirit true armor and his own chi, Tu Chi's attack became insignificant. "You treacherous ant, I am not that easy to kill." Tu Chi saw that the situation wasn't good, so he threw away his long sword and wanted to escape. But he didn't have the chance. A ball of purple flame instantly swallowed him. Tu Chi didn't even have the chance to scream before his body turned into ashes. The expressions of the onlookers changed. Qin Feng's strength was beyond their expectations. This kid was only at the second change of Buddha aura, but he could instantly kill Tu Chi while fighting against 2 Buddha aura realm cultivators. It was really incredible. The people from Red Flower Hall were furious. Bai Lin shouted at Qin Feng, "You dare to kill my disciple, I will make you die a horrible death." Qin Feng felt a strong sense of danger and hurriedly retreated. "Old thief surnamed Bai, we had an agreement, could it be that you want to go back on your word? Since that's the case, there's no need for you to do anything. I'll deal with it myself. However, don't even think about getting the pill formula and the purple serene flame. Qin Feng said quickly. If Bai Lin and the other powerful beings attacked him at the same time, he would probably be killed in an instant. He had also thought of hiding in the astral world, but that wasn't the solution. Now that the purple flame had been exposed and these people had threatened to kill his friends and family, how could Qin Feng let them go? Bai Lin abruptly stopped his attack before he could even launch his palm strike. He gnashed his teeth and glared at Qin Feng. He swore in his heart that once he obtained the pill formula and the purple serene flame, he would make Qin Feng suffer a fate worse than death. Julie, you trash. You're a dignified Buddha radiance at the 6th transformation realm, yet you can't even take down a junior? Bai Hua was also suppressing a bellyful of anger and vented it out at Julie. Julie had long been suppressed by the purple flame to the point that he had a bellyful of anger. Now that he was being cursed by the Red Flower Hall, he couldn't get angry. In his anger, he ignored the power of the purple flame and rushed towards Qin Feng. Rumble. The 2 axes fell, bringing with them 2 fiery dragons that whistled through the air. Qin Feng immediately launched a few more palm strikes. The purple flame and the fiery dragons collided in the sky, and the huge commotion seemed to shake the mountains. The sky was dyed red, and Zhu Li's figure disappeared in the flames. Qin Feng knew that he hadn't been burned by the purple flame, because the surrounding air was filled with a dangerous aura. Die, Qin Feng. Suddenly Zhu Li's strange cry came from behind him. Qin Feng turned around and launched a palm strike. The flames immediately formed a wall of fire, but this time, Zhu Li didn't retreat. Instead, he sped up and rushed towards Qin Feng. The spirit armor on his body melted piece by piece in the purple flame, and the air barrier he had created with his inner chi was burned until it became illusory. Even his face began to contort, and he looked like he was in extreme pain. But in the blink of an eye, Zhu Li broke through the wall of fire, and the 2 axes fell towards Qin Feng's head without hesitation. Ah! Qin Feng, without the purple flame, let's see how you fight me. The 2 axes had already enveloped Qin Feng, and the ferocious airflow hidden within them crazily attacked Qin Feng's body. Loud explosions sounded continuously, and Bai Lin and the others were pleasantly surprised. Zhu Li, just injure him, don't kill him by accident. Someone shouted. Zhu Li quickly waved his axe a second time, but before the attack landed, he was stunned in the air. Qin Feng was like a man on fire, and his body was covered in flames. But the color of the flames had changed, and it wasn't the scarlet flames that Zhu Li's axe energy emitted, but a faint blue light. Although the flames looked gentle and calm, they brought an unprecedented sense of death to Zhu Li. Even when he faced the purple flame, it didn't feel this terrifying. The moment the spirit sunflower appeared, the surrounding temperature rose sharply, and the space was burned and distorted. Zhu Li was covered in cold sweat. It was his first time seeing such a powerful fire seed. What is that? The celestial crane mountain elder's expression changed dramatically. The Zhang family from the northern underworld kingdom and the Shui family from the Yuan continent raised their heads to look at the blue flame in the sky, but they were at a loss. However, Pill King Luli suddenly came to her senses and shouted in disbelief, "Spirit Sunflower? That's the heavenly fire spirit sunflower, ranked 25th in the divine continent." Whoosh! The crowd was in an uproar. Qin Feng brought too much shock. Just who was this brat? Not only did he have the pill recipe of the spirit surge pill, but he also had 2 kinds of heavenly fire. Even the rippling armor he was wearing was not simple. For a moment, the crowd's eyes glowed with greed, like hungry wolves that had found their prey. "I don't care what kind of fire seed you have, I will destroy it all the same." Seeing that there was no way out, Zhu Li simply activated his fire attribute cultivation method, and used all his inner qi, swinging his axe at Qin Feng. But this time he didn't even touch Qin Feng's body. Only a few sparks landed on his body, and as if they had exploded, flames rose tens of meters high and burned fiercely. Zhu Li was in the flames, and it was obvious what would happen to him. The air was filled with the sound of burning flames. 2 Buddha's light experts were killed by Qin Feng in less than 3 minutes, and Zhu Li had even stepped into the Buddha's light 6 transformations. Even though they had seen it with their own eyes, the crowd still couldn't accept it. "Qin Feng dared to kill our patriarch. Everyone, let's kill him together." The Zhu family's disciples from the Huali family went crazy. Suddenly, 20 to 30 people flew towards Qin Feng from all directions, but their cultivation was too low. Qin Feng casually hit them with his palms, and the surroundings exploded. Those disciples couldn't even get within 10 meters of Qin Feng, and they were all turned into blood and flesh. Senior Bai Lin, this kid has no intention of surrendering. If this goes on, all our disciples will be killed by him. I don't care today, this old man must kill Qin Feng with my own hands. People from the Seven Stars Monastery, don't hide anymore, quickly activate the trap formation. Today, even if we don't want the pill recipe, we must cut Qin Feng into 1,000 pieces. Chapter 17-14. The deaths of Zhu Li and Tu Qi infuriated the crowd. Along with the shouts, dozens of formation flags fell from the empty courtyard outside the house. Waves of strange energy fluctuated, and the entire place was filled with people. Brat Qin, how dare you kill the disciples of our Seven Stars Temple? Today will be the day you die. A dozen men and women in Taoist robes flew down from the roof. Qin Feng recognized them. When they discovered the 9 dragons formation on the island in the Fallen God Sea, Seven Stars Temple's junior elder, Suan, failed to break the formation. Later, he teamed up with Red Flower Hall's Mo Li and the others to kill Qin Feng. In the end, both of them were killed by Qin Feng's trap formation. Needless to say, these people from the Seven Stars Temple must have been called here by Tu Qi. Although Tu Qi had been killed, Qin Feng wanted to kill him a few hundred times. However, this was not the time to think about other things. Dozens of formations appeared. There were trap formations, killing formations, and illusion formations. They had already surrounded Qin Feng. In order to catch me, you've really schemed and schemed. Not only did you team up with so many experts, but you've also set up a level 4 formation here. This is too embarrassing. Qin Feng sneered. He knew that he had to fight to the death today. The leader of the Seven Stars Monastery was an old man in his 60s. He stroked his white beard and said with a smile, "Kid surnamed Qin, you don't need to say those useless words. My Seven Stars Monastery has laid out a sky-piercing grand array today. If you're sensible, you'll obediently hand over the Spirit Surge Pills recipe and the Purple Serene Flame and the Spirit Sunflower." Qin Feng laughed. "Ha! You have the nerve to call a dozen level 4 formations a sky-piercing formation? Your Seven Stars Monastery is a 5-star formation sect after all. Could it be that you usually rely on your mouth to bluff your opponents?" Suemo was furious. He did not expect Qin Feng to know that this was a level 4 formation. He had wanted to fool this brat and make him kneel down and beg for mercy. He did not expect to be slapped in the face in public. "Don't try to act tough in front of me. There are very few formation masters in the Northern Sand Continent. A level 4 formation is already considered a big formation. Now that I've led the disciples of the Seven Stars Temple to set up dozens of level 4 formations, who else in the Northern Sand Continent other than the Seven Stars Temple can do this? So, a level 4 array formation is called a grand array in your eyes. I'm laughing my head off." Although Qin Feng looked relaxed, it was mostly an act. Currently, he had only stepped into the early stages of a grade 4 array master. Although he had a way to break the array formation in the courtyard, it would still require some effort. Now that he was surrounded by a group of Buddha Light Realm cultivators, how could these people give him a chance to break the formation? "You're an ant who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. How dare you speak so arrogantly in front of the Seven-Star Monastery? Fine, I'll let you experience the power of these formations." Suemo was furious. She winked at the 3 disciples and they immediately rushed into the formation. Before the silhouettes could reach Qin Feng, the 3 of them threw out several array flags at the same time. The array flags were made of some unknown material and disappeared the moment they touched the ground. However, there were several loud whooshing sounds in the air, and the shadows of swords and knives appeared in the originally peaceful courtyard. The cultivators from the other sects and clans were amazed. They knew very little about formations, but Qin Feng seemed to be prepared. He casually clapped a few times, and the killing intent that appeared out of nowhere immediately dissipated. "Ah! Is this the so-called big formation of the Seven-Star Monastery? It's really an eye-opener for me." The crowd was stunned. Bai Lin and the others did not understand what was going on. They thought that the people from the Seven-Star Monastery could not be so trashy that the formation that they had set up for 3 days and 3 nights was instantly broken by Qin Feng. Even Suemo Yen and the disciples were stunned. Unless Qin Feng saw through the rules of the 3 level 4 killing formations, how could he avoid all the killing intent unscathed? Suemo Yen would never believe that he could see through a LV4 formation. "You're really lucky. I'd like to see how long you can be so lucky. What are you waiting for? Activate the trap formation and teach him a lesson." Suemo Yen quickly came back to his senses. He absolutely did not believe that Qin Feng could see through the formation eye of the level 4 killing formation. There were only a few level 4 array masters in the entire 7-star monastery, and all of them were over 60 years old. Qin Feng was not even 30, how could it be possible? With a roar, the three disciples suddenly came to their senses. The dazed look in their eyes instantly disappeared, and they threw a few more array flags on the ground. Buzz. Waves of energy fluctuated. The originally empty courtyard was divided into several spaces, and Qin Feng was trapped in one of the spaces. 4 sky-reaching walls appeared around him, and the space inside the walls was only about 3 to 4 square meters, which was not much bigger than the bathroom of an ordinary family. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. As soon as the trap formation was activated, the 3 killing formations were activated again. Suddenly, the sound of swords echoed, and fierce attacks were shot toward the space where Qin Feng was. This series of formation attacks stunned the crowd. Even Bai Lin, Lu Li and the others looked serious. They thought that if they were trapped in the formation, they would not be able to hold on for more than 30 minutes. You people from the 7-star monastery are too naive to think that a trap formation can take me down. Also, these 3 killing arrays are practically non-existent. Only your 7 stars monastery can set up such a broken array formation. Qin Feng was able to avoid all the killing intents in the trap formation. However, the space was too small and he was hit by the killing formation a few times. He pretended to be fine, and even deliberately said things to provoke Suemo Yen. "Ah, you bastard, I wanted to spare your life but you're asking for it. Kill him." Suemo Yen was furious after being insulted in front of everyone. The disciples of the 7-star monastery were also furious, and the rest of them flew into the formation. For a moment, the formation flags scattered like flowers. More than a dozen formations in the courtyard were activated at the same time, and the killing intents filled the courtyard. Even Lu Li and the others who were outside the formation felt a trace of fear. "Suemo Yen, what are you doing? Don't kill that guy. Ask your disciples to show mercy. Just seriously injure Qin Feng so that he can't escape." When they came back to their senses, they screamed in fear. If Qin Feng was really killed by the formation of the 7-star monastery, the plan that they had been working on for the past few days would be ruined. However, it was too late. Even if Suemo Yen wanted to stop the disciples, she found that they had completely activated all the formations and they could not stop for a while. Meanwhile, Qin Feng was trapped in a level 4 trap formation. He was attacked by 6 to 7 killing formations and 2 illusion formations at the same time. Even Suemo Yen believed that she would definitely die if she fell into the trap formation, let alone Qin Feng. "I told you that the formation of the 7-star monastery is too shabby. Today I, Qin Feng, will give you a taste of your own medicine." Just when the crowd was in despair, Qin Feng's voice came from the formation. He waved his hand and dozens of formation flags flew out. The wall that trapped him suddenly disappeared, and the disciples of the 7-star monastery were trapped inside. Chapter 17:15. The formation seems to have changed. "Suemo Yen, what's going on?" The crowd was in an uproar. They were confused by this sudden change. Suemo Yen was so shocked that his eyes almost fell to the ground. Qin Feng had changed the direction of the formation with a wave of his hand. Rumble. The 6 or 7 killing formations did not stop. Instead, they launched an even fiercer attack. The disciples who had just rushed into the formation were all trapped. 4 or 5 of them were cut into pieces by the sword before they could figure out what was going on. "Elder Su, this is bad. Qin Feng also knows formations. Senior brother, quickly save me. Quickly turn off the trap array around me. My arm is gone. Turn off the killing formation or I'll die." The remaining 4 or 5 disciples were not much better off. Almost all of them were seriously injured. 2 of them had their arms and legs cut off, but they were still alive. Suemo Yen came to his senses and hurriedly flew out. He threw out several formation flags in the air. Buzz. A wave of energy spread out and the formation changed. The trap formation that trapped the disciples of the 7 Stars Temple changed its direction and surrounded Qin Feng. The killing formation was temporarily turned off. Otherwise, the disciples would have been killed. Qin Feng was delighted. He had deliberately provoked Suemo Yen to lure the disciples of the 7 Stars Temple into the formation. After all, these were all LV4 formations. Qin Feng could not break them in a short time. However, he could change the formation from a killing formation to a killing formation. Even though the last 3 disciples managed to escape from the formation circle, their bodies were still in tatters. It was better for them to die than to live. Suemo Yan's eyes were bloodshot. He no longer cared about forcing out the elixir recipes in the heavenly flame. He waved his hand and several formation flags fell to the ground. The 6 or 7 killing formations were activated again. Qin Fan killed the disciples of the Seven Stars Temple. He must atone for his crime with his death. If you don't want to help me, step aside. If anyone dares to stop me, don't blame me for being rude. Suemo Yen roared. Those who were about to stop him did not do anything. Although Suemo Yen only had the 7 changes Buddha aura and was no match for Bai Lin and Lu Li, his formation skills were amazing. No one dared to look down on a LV4 formation. Elder Su, we, the Zhu family of the Firely Zhu family, are willing to lend you a hand. Immortal Crane Mountain also wants to kill that brat. What bullshit pill recipe. It's nothing compared to the disciples of my Yuan continent's Shui family. All of a sudden, the 3 major powers joined the fray. Originally they were here to kill Qin Feng. As for the pill recipe for the Spirit Surge pill, they only found out about it later. Moreover, they only saw Qin Feng take out the purple flame in the Spirit Sunflower not too long ago. The Treasure Pill Pavilion and the Red Flower Hall didn't make any movements. After all, they were big sects, so what did the lives of a few disciples count for? The pill formula and the heavenly flame were what they were interested in. With Suemo Yan's help, the formation returned to normal. Even if Qin Feng wanted to change the formation, the disciples of Fairy Crane Mountain and the other forces could not stop him. Rumble. Suddenly, a deafening sound reverberated through the sky. A total of more than 50 people from the 4 major forces launched an attack at the same time. In addition to the attack of 6 or 7 killing arrays, a huge pit was blasted open in the center of the courtyard. Even the level 4 trap formation was instantly destroyed. There was no sign of Qin Feng on the ground. He must have fallen into the deep pit where the white smoke billowed. Elder Su, do you still have the trap formation? Hurry up and seal the pit. I suspect that the brat is still alive. Everyone be careful, don't let Qin Feng escape. Suemo Yen, Qin Feng is already seriously injured. Don't kill him yet. It won't be too late to kill him after we get the pill formula. The crowd was in a mess. Some wanted to go into the pit and kill Qin Feng once and for all. However, Bai Lin and the others came to persuade Qin Feng to live. Suemo Yan's killing intent was overflowing. He threw out a few formation flags and suddenly, 4 walls appeared above the pit. Obviously he was not going to let Qin Feng live. The disciples of the Zhu clan of the Firely clan and the Shui clan of the Yuan continent immediately surrounded the trap formation. As soon as Qin Feng appeared, they would attack. Some people looked into the deep pit. The huge pit was so deep that they could not see the bottom. There was a mushroom cloud rising from the pit. It was impossible to see anything clearly. At the bottom of the pit, Qin Feng lay on the rubble. There were a few cracks on his water spirit true armor. It looked like it would break into water droplets at any time. Little Pig's anxious voice kept coming, Master, Master, wake up. Are you okay? Qin Feng could hear Little Pig's voice, but he did not have the strength to answer. He immediately swallowed a few pills to stabilize his aura and replenish his qi and blood. It was the level 4 trap formation that saved him. If it wasn't for the formation that blocked most of the energy, he would have died by now. Qin Fan did not hide in the astral world at the most critical moment. There were too many powerful venerables guarding this place. Even if he escaped into the astral world to temporarily preserve his life, the astral world would definitely be discovered. It was a spatial treasure after all. He did not know how crazily Bai Lin and the others would search for it. If they could not find Qin Feng, these bastards would definitely go to the Spirit Immortal Kingdom. Since there was no way out, Qin Feng decided to fight to the death. Moreover, the attack just now had completely enraged him. When his aura recovered a little, he leaped out. Boom. When he rushed into the air, he was blocked by the level 4 trap formation. There was a loud crash. Qin Feng did not care about the surging qi and blood in his body. With a slight thought, a cool-looking sniper appeared in his hand. The body of the sniper was surrounded by white lightning and crackled with electricity. The people who were looking for Qin Feng were shocked and looked up into the sky. That kid is really not dead. He wants to break out of the trap formation. This level 4 trap formation was carefully set up by me. Even if Qin Feng was at his peak, he would not be able to break out of it easily, not to mention that he is seriously injured. Suemo said proudly. Someone noticed the appearance of the 100-mile light sniper and looked confused. What weapon is Qin Feng holding? This is the first time I have seen such a strange weapon. Who cares what it is? Even if he takes out the ancient divine weapon today, he will not escape death. My friends, the time for revenge has come. Everyone listen to my command. Launch another fierce attack and Qin Feng will die. Suemo threw out the smoke formation flag and several killing formations were activated again. He circulated his aura and commanded the people to launch an attack. However, he saw a cold smile on Qin Feng's face. He did not see him do anything, but the strange weapon in his hand suddenly shone with white light. A terrifying and suffocating energy surged out and instantly smashed the level 4 trap formation. Rumble. This was the first time Qin Feng used the 100-mile light sniper. He was somewhat worried. If the power of this 3-star product combined with the energy star stone could not suppress the crowd, then he really had no other trump card. However, after the first shot, Qin Feng was stunned by the scene in front of him. He realized that he had really underestimated the power of this light sniper. Chapter 17:16. Boom. A white electric current as thick as a man's waist broke the trap formation and caused a huge explosion. A violent aura suddenly shrouded the courtyard. Suemo was so scared that she did not even care about the formation and jumped away. Zhao Qingwu, the elder of Crane Mountain, and Shui Gang, the elder of the Shui family from Yuan Continent, came to their senses and retreated 100 meters on their flying swords. However, more disciples did not have time to react. They were sent flying into the sky by the electric explosion, and blood and flesh rained down from the sky. Rumble. It was just the might of a single spear, and the violent airflow lasted for a long time. It was as if a missile had been launched in the courtyard. Huge mushroom clouds rose into the sky and blocked everyone's sight. What happened to the disciples of the Seven Stars Temple? Suemo Yan's panicked voice came from afar. It seemed that he was frightened by the power of the lightning sniper. But no one answered. Suemo Yan asked anxiously, "Suji, are you okay? Suji, say something." There was no response from the disciples. Apparently, all the disciples of the Seven Stars Temple were killed except for Suemo Yan. Suemo Yan was not the only one who shouted. The elders of the other superpowers also shouted. "Are there any disciples of the Shui family still alive? Say something. We're doomed. I brought more than a dozen elite disciples here, but I'm the only one left. How am I going to explain this to the master?" "It's all because the elders of Red Flower Hall and Treasure Elixir Tower tried to stop us from killing Qin Feng. Now that Qin Feng killed so many disciples, Red Flower Hall and Treasure Elixir Tower will have to take responsibility. Isn't Qin Feng seriously injured? How could he launch such a fierce attack?" The crowd was talking at once. Their voices came from all directions. It seemed that they were hiding in different places. Up until now, only the disciples of the Red Flower Hall were unharmed. As for the other big powers, only the elders who led them were still alive. As for the main disciples of the Fire Liju family, they were completely annihilated by Qin Feng's spear. "Anyway, I can't explain this to the master. Qin Feng, I'm going to kill you." Zhang Yuxing, the leader of the Zhang family, suddenly roared. He turned into a black shadow and shot into the clouds in the courtyard. "Zhang Yuxing, come back. Elder Zhang, you mustn't enter recklessly," several voices came from all directions. However, just as they were shouting, a loud sound came from the courtyard. The mushroom cloud that had yet to dissipate tumbled and rose, and violent explosions sounded one after another. Everyone was silent, and a wave of fear arose in their hearts. At this time, the Zhu family's main courtyard was like a hell of death. Even the 2 Red Flower Hall elders and Lu Li didn't dare to approach within 100 meters. After a long while, Zhang Yuxing's voice still hadn't been heard. Bai Lin couldn't help but shout, "Brother Zhang, are you all right?" Apart from the aftermath of the explosion, there was no other response from the courtyard. Everyone's heart sank. There was no need to think too much. Zhang Yuxing was already dead. A moment later, a strange aura enveloped the entire Lifire city. Elder Zhang Yuxing of the Dark North Zhang clan was an expert at the 5th transformation realm, yet he was insta-killed the instant he entered the courtyard? No one could guess what was hidden in the courtyard. Qin Feng was already heavily injured, so it was obvious that he couldn't kill Zhang Yuxing instantly. Could it be that the brat had some kind of treasure? If that was the case, this treasure was too powerful to be able to insta-kill an expert at the middle stage of the Buddha Light realm. Everyone be careful, don't rashly enter the courtyard. Wait for me to set up a few trapping arrays outside the courtyard. As long as Qin Feng dares to come out, I will definitely be able to trap him again. Suemo Yen was really afraid, and even the idea of avenging his disciples was temporarily dispelled. He kept throwing array flags at the corner of the courtyard, and it seemed like he was already setting up an array. Elders of the Red Flower Hall, now it's time for you to take a stand. The plan to ambush Qin Feng this time was proposed by you. Now that our disciples have been completely annihilated and your Red Flower Hall is completely unharmed, the responsibility for killing Qin Feng falls on your shoulders. Yuan Continent's Shui clan elder Shui Gang shouted. Celestial Crane Mountains. Zhao Qingwu immediately echoed, I agree with Shui Gang's proposal. The Red Flower Hall and Treasure Pill Pavilion will lead the team into the courtyard. The few of us will guard the courtyard to prevent Qin Feng from escaping. Bai Lin and Bai Hua's expressions were ugly. At this point they really couldn't shirk their responsibility. After all, this operation was initiated by them. A mere ant at the second level of the Buddha light has scared you to this extent. Guard the outside, I will go in and find out what is going on. Bai Lin's voice was still echoing in the same place, but a figure shot into the courtyard. The others immediately quieted down, holding their breaths as they waited for Bai Lin to bring out the good news. As soon as he entered the courtyard, Bai Lin frowned. The entire inner courtyard was shrouded in clouds, and visibility was less than half a meter. He completely relied on his aura to find Qin Feng, but Qin Feng seemed to be intentionally hiding his aura, and he couldn't sense anything. Old Bai Lin, are you looking for me? A familiar voice rose behind him, and Bai Lin immediately broke out in a cold sweat. It was strange, Bai Lin was now a dignified expert at the 8th level of the Buddha light, and he didn't take Qin Feng seriously at all. However, when Qin Feng really appeared, that uncontrollable fear emerged from the bottom of his heart. Kaboom! He turned around and struck with his palm, and the move was completed in a flash. A crack appeared in the clouds behind Bai Lin, and his vision became clear. However, Qin Feng's figure was not there, and his palm hit nothing. Surnamed Qin, you can't be afraid of me, can you? Why don't you dare to show yourself? The fear in Bai Lin's heart grew stronger, but he pretended to be calm. As soon as he finished speaking, a strong wind blew beside him, and Qin Feng was already standing in front of him on a flying sword. You want to see me? Aren't I right here? Bai Lin was shocked, and the flying sword under his feet instantly retreated dozens of meters. Because of Zhang Yuxing's inexplicable death, Bai Lin didn't dare to underestimate Qin Feng, and he struck several palms into the air while retreating. Ah, I want to see what you're capable of, kid. Kaboom! The palm wind had already struck out, and a large area of the air in front of him was pierced through. Qin Feng's figure became extremely clear, and he was holding an unknown weapon in his hand. However, Bai Lin didn't care about this at all. He was a powerful expert at the 8th level of the Buddha light, and he believed that Qin Feng would definitely die under his palm strikes. Then you better open your dog eyes and watch carefully. Bang! Just as the palm wind was about to hit Qin Feng, he suddenly pulled the trigger, and a white electric light as thick as a person's waist shot out, like a white dragon swooping down to the ground. The moment the electric light and the palm print collided, a loud sound shook the sky, and the seemingly powerful palm print was instantly broken. Before Bai Lin could come back to his senses, he had already been blasted out of the courtyard by the 100-mile light sniper. Chapter 17:17. The power of the 100-mile light sniper was astonishing. Every shot was like a bolt of lightning. The entire Fire City shook as if there was an earthquake. Clouds rolled in the inner yard, and the entire Fire City was in chaos. Several figures immediately landed around Bai Lin. At this moment, Bai Lin was still breathing, but his miserable appearance caused the hearts of the onlookers to tremble. He had been injured by something. His clothes and spiritual armor were long gone. His body was bloody, charred, and smelled burnt. Senior Bai Lin, what happened to you? Senior Bai Lin, hold on. Tell us what happened inside. Who hurt you like this? Senior brother, eat this solid pill. The crowd was in a mess. They could no longer calm down. Baiming Zhang Yuxing, who had killed his way into the inner yard, was only at the 5 changes of Buddha's light, which belonged to the middle stage of Buddha's light. However, Bai Lin was the great elder of the Red Flower Hall, with the 8 changes of Buddha's light. Among the crowd, his strength was only below Lu Li's. What the hell was hidden in that courtyard? Woo woo! As soon as the solid pill entered his mouth, Bai Lin closed his eyes and died before the medicine could even spread. His last sentence was to say that Qin Feng's weapon was very powerful, but he died before he could finish his sentence, leaving everyone confused. What do we do now? Elder Zhao Qingwu of the Celestial Crane Mountain panicked. He was only at the 4 changes Buddha light realm. Even Bai Lin, who was at the 8 changes Buddha light realm, was dead. Elder Shui Gang of the Yuan continent's Shui family was also a little scared. Why don't we meet again to kill Qin Feng? Let's disperse today? Su Mo Yen of the 7 Stars Temple did not say anything, but his expression was also very serious. Bai Hua coldly roared, today our 7 major powers joined forces to kill Qin Feng, and 3 days ago, we rushed to Fire City to set up an inescapable net. If we still can't capture that surnamed Qin, wouldn't we become a laughing stock? Moreover, today all of our disciples died. If we leave like this, how can we explain to our sect leader and family head? Bai Hua's words caused the thought of retreating to disappear from their minds. It wasn't because their fighting spirit had been aroused, but because they realized that Bai Hua's words were true. If they returned like this, how would they explain it to their superiors? If that's the case, then let's not go in one by one, let's go in together. Zhao Qingwu roared. Shui Gang immediately said, let's split into 4 groups and attack from all 4 directions at the same time. I don't believe that the thing hidden in the courtyard is so powerful that it can kill everyone in one go. Shui Gang's suggestion is good. Everyone split into groups. Bai Hua nodded. Suemo Yen added, I'll be in charge of setting up the formation. Everyone try your best to stall Qin Feng and the hidden monsters. As long as the trapping formation is set up, no one will be able to escape. The more they spoke, the more confident they became. They believed that with this perfect plan, Qin Feng would not be able to escape even if he grew wings. However, just as they were about to charge into the inner yard, a gust of wind rose from the yard. Everyone looked up and their expressions changed drastically. Oh no, the grandson with the surname Qin has come out. Ah, just in time. Don't be afraid, everyone. I've already set up a trapping formation around the yard. I'm just afraid that Qin Feng won't come out. Suemo Yen suddenly laughed. Everyone immediately calmed down, and a playful smile appeared on their faces. If Qin Feng had continued to stay in the inner yard, they would not have been able to do anything. Now that this brat had come out to court death, it was exactly what they wanted. Swoosh. Suemo Yen waved his hand and several formation flags fell to the ground. A strange energy fluctuated, and several walls rose around the yard's walls, trapping Qin Feng in the air. The smiles on the faces of the others became even wider, and they immediately rushed forward. However, before they could even unleash their techniques, several white lights blossomed in the sky, like small suns slowly rising into the sky. Oh no, everyone retreat. Lu Li was the first to realize the murderous intent hidden in the white light. Without thinking, she withdrew her move and retreated. The others also reacted, but it was obviously too late. Just as they were about to retreat, the white light struck like lightning, and instantly exploded in the air. Rumble. The explosion was earth-shattering. A few heart-wrenching screams came from the explosion. The remaining people were the elders and representatives of the various superpowers. Their cultivations were all above the Buddha's light fourth change. No matter how powerful the 100-mile light sniper was, it could not kill them instantly. However, those who survived would rather be killed. Their appearance was very similar to Bai Lin's. In an instant they were blasted into a bloody mess. Thick smoke billowed from their bodies and their skin was charred. So it's the weapon in this guy's hand. What the hell is that? Even a genuine weapon does not have such powerful destructive power. Could it be an immortal weapon? Lu Li had already retreated 1,000 meters away, and barely escaped with his life. He looked at the 100-mile light sniper in Qin Feng's hand and muttered to himself, his expression filled with shock. The ground outside the inner courtyard was riddled with holes, filled with cracks caused by the power of the light sniper. There were some people lying on the ground and all of them were Buddha light stage powerhouses. If the cultivators of the North Sand continent were to see this scene, their eyes would definitely pop out from shock. None of them were dead. They were crawling on the ground, struggling at death's door. Qin Feng casually sent out a few fire blades, and each palm killed a Buddha's light realm expert. However, when he sent out his 4th palm strike, he missed. Bai Hua used his last breath to summon his flying sword, wanting to escape. Just as he rushed into the air, he was burned to ashes by several balls of fire. The loud noises in Fire City had not yet subsided. A few hours ago the city was still fine, but now it was as if a war had broken out. Qin Feng scanned the ground and frowned. He found that Lu Li of the Treasure Pill Pavilion had escaped. Just as he was about to give chase, a voice came from behind. Young hero Qin, I finally found you. What's going on here? Is young hero Qin alright? Qin Feng did not expect that someone would come to Fire City to find him. Recognizing that it was Broken Flower City Lord Yang Badian, Qin Feng was even more surprised. Why did this old guy suddenly come looking for him? Could it be that he was also with the Red Flower Hall? Senior Yang, why are you here? Qin Feng placed his finger on the trigger of the 100-mile light sniper. Yang Badian was a spirit-detecting realm expert, so Qin Feng could not afford to be careless. I came from the Pill City Square Tower. I thought that young hero Qin was still in Pill City, but who would have thought that brother Su Xuanfei would say that you came to Fire City, so I came all the way here. Qin Feng secretly heaved a sigh of relief. It seemed that Yang Badian was not with Lu Li. Moreover, if the Red Flower Hall really called Yang Badian over, he would have made a move long ago. Why would he wait until now? May I know why Senior Yang is so anxious to find this junior? Qin Feng was anxious to chase after Lu Li, but facing a spirit-detecting realm expert, he could not be negligent. Who knew what this Yang Badian was thinking? Chapter 17-18. Young Hero Qin, I came to thank you for giving me the Spirit Surge pill last time. Yang Badian expressed his intention. Qin Fen relaxed. On the day of the Pill Store conference, many powerful cultivators stopped him and the disciples of the Square Tower. Qin Fen gave everyone the Spirit Surge pill, but he didn't expect Yang Badian to personally come to express his gratitude. Qin Fen said, Senior Yang is too polite. It's just a few Spirit Surge pills. Senior doesn't need to take it to heart. Yang Boshan's eyes flashed with surprise. The Spirit Surge pill was one of the rare pills on the Divine Continent, but in Qin Fen's eyes, it was not worth mentioning. If someone else said this, Yang Badian would think they were bragging, but Qin Fen was the refiner of the Spirit Surge pill. If he said this, he obviously had a lot of good pills hidden. Ah! Young Hero Qin is indeed a heroic person. Today I want to become sworn brothers with you. What do you think? Yang Badian came to build a closer relationship with Qin Fen. Having a Pill King brother would be a great help to Yang Badian and his Broken Flower City. Qin Fen didn't expect Yang Badian to come to become sworn brothers, but he quickly agreed. Rumor had it that Senior Yang was a powerful cultivator at the early stage of the spirit-detecting realm. With such a big brother supporting him, a lot of trouble would be solved. Is what Senior Yang said true? I'm the lord of a city, so of course I'm serious. Very well, today I, Qin Fen, will become sworn brothers with Brother Yang. I don't want to live together, but I want to die together. Qin Fen used a Chinese wuxia novel. I, Yang Badian, will become sworn brothers with Brother Qin Fen in Fire City. In the future we will share joys and sorrows. If I betray or deceive you, I'm willing to be struck by lightning. Yang Badian swore on the spot. Qin Fen didn't know if this was what cultivators on the Divine Continent would say when they became sworn brothers. After all, the two of them hadn't known each other for long, so Qin Fen couldn't completely believe a few words from Yang Badian. Brother Qin Fen, what happened here? After the oath, Yang Badian asked about the serious matter. From his expression and attitude, he seemed to be much closer than before. Qin Fen didn't hide anything and told Yang Badian about the conspiracy of the Red Flower Hall. Yang Badian was furious and shocked. According to what Qin Fen said, the other party had gathered a total of 7 great powers, and they had been laying in ambush here for 3 days. Unexpectedly, they were killed by Qin Fen in the end. This was too absurd. How dare they frame Brother Qin Feng? I will not forgive those factions. Yang Badian declared on the spot, and his expression did not seem to be fake. However, Qin Feng wouldn't completely believe his words. This was a good opportunity to test Yang Boshan's sincerity. Old Brother Yang, even though I defeated everyone, I still let Lu Li of the Treasure Pill Pavilion escape. Now that I'm seriously injured, I'm afraid I won't be able to catch up to that person. Yang Boshan's figure had already disappeared, and his voice came from afar. Little Brother Qin Feng, please wait for a moment. I saw Lu Li on my way here, but I didn't think that she was here to frame you. Wait until I catch that dog thief and let little brother deal with him. Qin Fen looked at the empty sky and was shocked. This Yang Badian was serious. He even dared to capture the head elder of the Treasure Pill Tower. At this moment, Qin Fen's heart was filled with warmth. If Yang Badian really wanted to become sworn brothers with him, Qin Fen wouldn't mistreat him in the future. Shortly after, Yang Badian brought Lu Li back like he was carrying a little chick. Lu Li's face was swollen and his clothes were in tatters. It was clear that he had been beaten by Yang Badian. Yang Boshan's clothes were neat and tidy. This was the difference between the spirit-detecting realm and the Buddha-like realm. Yang, I have no grievance with you, so why did you help Qin Fen capture me? If you don't let me go, the Treasure Pill Tower won't let you go. Lu Li cursed and swore along the way, but Yang Badian acted as if he didn't hear her. He threw Lu Li to Qin Feng's feet. Brother Qin, I've caught him. You can do whatever you want with him. Yang Badian smiled. A look of gratitude appeared on Qin Feng's face, then he looked coldly at Lu Li who was at his feet. This old fellow was really scheming. She was clearly the great elder of the Treasure Pill Pavilion, but she had concealed her identity in the four-way tower for 5 years. He could not let such a person go. Old thief Lu Li, what secret plan does your Treasure Pill Tower have recently? Qin Fen asked sternly. Lu Li spat on the ground and said, "Pay. Who do you think I am? Don't think you can get anything from me. Kill me if you want, but in the future the treasure pill tower will definitely avenge me." Qin Fan didn't expect Lu Li to be so stubborn. He waved his hand and 2 balls of blue flames appeared in his palm. "Seeing that you still have some backbone, I'll let you die a quick death." Before he could slap the spirit sunflower, Lu Li's pants were wet. He knelt before Qin Fan and began to kowtow. "Young hero Qin, don't kill me. I'll tell you everything." Qin Fan and Yang Badian immediately rolled their eyes. So it turned out that Lu Li's righteous appearance was just an act. The 2 balls of spirit sunflower floated above Lu Li's head as if they had a mind of their own, causing Lu Li to tremble in fear. "Tell me, what big move has the treasure pill tower made recently?" Qin Fan asked. Lu Li didn't hide anything anymore and told him everything she knew. The treasure pill tower sect master saw that the Bright Moon Tower Lord had failed to break through and has mobilized many experts in the pill tower to deal a heavy blow to the square tower. Qin Fan's expression was solemn. This was what he was worried about. After all, the treasure pill tower and the square tower were 2 of the top 4 pill towers in the northern sand continent. This time, the square tower lord had suffered internal injuries from his breakthrough. This was a rare opportunity. Only the treasure pill tower is going to make a move? Qin Fan's tone instantly turned cold. Lu Li said with a trembling voice, "The Spirit Pill Association and Immortal Grass Gate might also join in. After all, the pill formula of the Spirit Charge pill is too tempting. If the square tower takes it for themselves, then the number 1 pill tower in the northern sand continent will forever belong to the square tower." Qin Fan didn't doubt Lu Li's words. In the face of profit, everything else was meaningless. Although the Spirit Pill Association and Immortal Grass Gate had visited the Square Tower several times after the Pill Tower conference, acting as if they were obedient little brothers, no one knew what they were thinking. Rumble. The flames roared and the 2 balls of Spirit Sunflower swallowed Lu Li in an instant. She didn't even have time to scream before she turned into ashes. This scene made Yang Badian shiver. Only now did he realize that Qin Fan's fire seed was not ordinary. However, he wasn't a pill master, so he knew very little about the divine continent's heavenly flames. "Brother Qin Fan, what should we do next?" Yang Boshan's brows were raised. It seemed like he had no intention of backing out. Qin Fan's heart warmed. He didn't recognize this elder brother in vain. After pondering for a while, Qin Fan's eyes lit up. "Elder brother Yang, I have a plan. I'll have to trouble you again." Chapter 17-19. Hey. There's no trouble between us brothers. If Brother Qin continues to be so courteous, then I'm going to get angry. Yang Badian waved his hand in an extremely heroic manner. Qin Feng was elated. Yang Boshan's personality was similar to Wen Yiming and the others. He was a good friend. "Since it's like this, I won't be polite with you in the future. I plan to," Qin Feng told him his plan in detail. Yang Badian looked worried. "Brother Qin, what you want me to do isn't hard. I can promise I'll do it well. But your matter is a bit difficult. That treasure pill tower is one of the 4 big pill shops in the northern sand region. Rumor has it that their sect leader is at the late stage of the spirit detecting realm. How will you scare them?" "Even I can't do it?" Qin Feng smiled. "You don't have to worry about this. Just do your own thing. I promise I won't hold you back." Seeing Qin Feng's confidence, Yang Badian was a bit worried, but he didn't say anything else. The 2 of them had different missions, so they split up in Fire City. After 2 days and 2 nights, Qin Feng arrived at Pear Continent alone. Pear Continent was even bigger than Pill City. There were many sects and powerful cultivators. However, this had nothing to do with Qin Feng. He was here to deal with the Red Flower Hall. Not long ago, Qin Feng had killed 2 elders of the Red Flower Hall. Although the 2 remaining elders, Bai Shan and Bai Feng, had higher cultivation, they were still at the Buddhist light realm. Qin Feng wasn't afraid of them, but it was rumored that the Red Flower Hall had a spirit-detecting realm cultivator. This was what Qin Feng was worried about. After arriving at Pear Continent, Qin Feng wasn't in a hurry to find trouble with the Red Flower Hall. According to the plan he discussed with Yang Badian, he had to wait a few more days. These days, Qin Feng stayed in Yuanjing Tower. He didn't know much about Pear Continent. He just saw that it was a decent restaurant, so he stayed there. However, Yuanjing Tower was equivalent to a 5-star hotel in China. It wasn't something normal cultivators could afford. Qin Feng didn't lack spirit stones. The Spirit Surge pills sold by the China Chamber of Commerce earned tens of millions of high-quality spirit stones. After staying for a few days, Qin Feng found that he was the youngest in the entire restaurant. The other guests were all above 40. After all, how could young cultivators be as rich as him? Senior brother, I heard that the Pear Continent auction is starting today. Should we go and take a look? The Pear Continent is a big continent in the North Sands continent. Every year there would be many treasures appearing in the auction. Although we don't have the money to bid, it would be good to broaden our horizons. Manager, where will the Lizho auction be held? As soon as Qin Fen went downstairs, he saw a large group of cultivators chatting while eating breakfast. Almost all of them were talking about the auction. No wonder there were so many people coming and going on the streets of Pear Continent. The guest rooms of this Yuanzheng building were also full. Qin Feng calculated the time and realized that Yang Badian and the others probably hadn't reached Pear Island yet. Since he had nothing to do, he ate breakfast and followed the crowd to the auction venue. The auction was held at the Pear Island Central Plaza. It was an open-air venue. Qin Fen had participated in several auctions since he came to the Divine Continent, but it was his first time seeing an open-air auction. However, he quickly understood that there were too many cultivators who came to participate in the auction. He was afraid that he wouldn't be able to find a sealed venue. After the crowd arrived, they stood in the open space of the plaza and waited for the auction to start. There were more than 10 rows of seats in the venue, but not everyone could sit there. It seemed that they had to be checked by the guards before they could enter. Qin Fen was now famous in the North Sands continent. To avoid trouble, he had changed his appearance to Qiao Feng before he came. In less than 1 incense stick's worth of time, the originally empty area was filled with people. Looking around, there was a dense crowd of people. There were at least tens of thousands of cultivators. Friends who have come from afar, please be quiet. A beautiful figure landed on the stage in the center of the venue. Although she didn't use a microphone, the effect of using her inner chi to transmit her voice was better than using a microphone. It seemed that this woman was the host of today's auction. After the crowd quieted down, she continued, "Today is the annual auction of the Pear Continent. Let me first introduce a few guests. The first seat on my right is the great elder of the Pear Continent immortal sect, the Crane Rider." The crowd looked over and saw an old man with white hair and a youthful face riding a red-crowned crane. He looked like he was going to fly with the wind at any moment. This was how he got the nickname of the Crane Rider. Qin Fen glanced over but didn't pay much attention to him. This old man's aura was similar to Lu Li's, so he should be at the Buddha Light 9 changes. The beautiful host continued to introduce, "The next one is the family head of the Pear Continents when he. The one in the middle is the family head of the Pear Continents High Family Hai Yuanba." There were a total of 5 people on the VIP seats. The beautiful host introduced them one by one. Apart from the elder who was riding the crane, the other 4 were all at the spirit detecting realm. Qin Fen couldn't see through their auras. However, Qin Fen didn't mind. These guests were here to hold the fort. If you didn't cause trouble, they naturally wouldn't cause trouble for you. Qin Fen didn't see anyone from the Red Flower Hall on the VIP seats. It seemed like the Red Flower Hall wasn't the most powerful force in Pear Continent. However, there were a few disciples wearing the Red Flower Hall's uniform, but they were all unfamiliar faces. Qin Fen wasn't afraid of them recognizing his appearance as Qiao Feng. After introducing the guests, the beautiful host said a few more things to pay attention to, and today's auction officially began. It was inevitable that the crowd couldn't suppress their excitement and screamed and cheered. At this moment, a row of beautiful women carrying 6 trays walked onto the stage. Below them were 6 jade bottles. Fellow cultivators, the opening item of today's auction will not disappoint everyone. These are 6 different bottles of golden pills that will be sold as a package. They include the Golden Sage Pill, Golden Jade Pill, Golden Soul Pill, Golden Soul Pill, Golden Spirit Pill, Golden Origin Pill, and Cloud Pill. The starting price is 1 million high-grade spirit stones, and each increment must be no less than 50,000 spirit stones. Crash. As soon as the host's voice fell, the cultivators below the stage burst into an uproar. These 6 bottles of golden pills were simply an essential gift for a Saint King Realm cultivator to break through. They could help a first Saint King Realm cultivator break through to the peak of the 9th realm. Coupled with the effect of the Cloud Pill, the chances of breaking through would be greatly increased. As expected of a large-scale auction held in Pear Continent, it can actually gather all 5 kinds of golden pills required for a Saint King Realm cultivator. If I can get my hands on these pills, my breakthrough speed will increase tenfold. It's a pity that the starting price is a bit expensive. How can an ordinary rogue cultivator have so many spirit stones to bid? It seems that these 6 bottles of golden pills will fall into the hands of a large sect or family. Chapter 1720. While the crowd was in an uproar, Qin Feng had a calm expression. He was currently refining imperial-grade pills, so he was not too interested in golden pills. There was no advertisement. Soon someone shouted a bid. 1.05 million high-grade spirit stones. 1 million spirit stones. Fellow cultivators, I am a disciple of the Pear Continent's Gu family. I have just stepped into the St. King stage and urgently need this batch of golden pills to break through. I hope that fellow cultivators will give face to the Gu family and give this batch of pills to me. 1.5 million. The Gu family was one of the 5-star families in the Pear Continent. Gu Yingjie directly raised the price to 1.5 million. Many cultivators who wanted golden pills had no choice but to withdraw silently. The previously heated scene became much quieter. However, there were still people bidding. After all, the Gu family was not the only 5-star family in the Pear Continent. So what if the Gu family is great? Today's auction is fair and open. All treasures will go to the highest bidder. Everything else is useless. 1.6 million. 1.8 million. A few cultivators from the big families and sects were still fighting. If they bought the 6 bottles of golden pills individually, they would be able to get 1.2 million. Now that they were put together, the price would increase a little. However, the final price of 2 million was obviously too high. A young elder from the Pear Continent's 100 Intentions sect won this auction. However, he did not look too happy. He probably realized that he was too impulsive after calming down. The auction continued. There was a wide variety of items, from pills and spiritual weapons to cultivation techniques, medicinal ingredients and refining materials. Even spiritual beasts were auctioned. However, Qin Feng was not interested in these things. He came to the auction mainly to see if there were any refining materials. It would be great if there were black gravel steel and star wind sand needed to refine imprisonment. It would be even better if he could find a white spirit feather or a white spirit pill. However, Qin Feng knew that was impossible. The white spirit pill and the white spirit bird were legendary existences. How could they appear in this kind of auction? Just as Qin Feng was about to leave in disappointment, the host on the stage suddenly said, "Fellow Taoists, today's auction is already halfway through. There aren't many treasures left. Those who have yet to win a bid should seize this opportunity. The next treasure is amazing. It is a level 5 imprisonment array disc. The starting price is 500,000 high-grade spirit stones." As soon as he finished speaking, the crowd was stunned for a moment. Everyone knew that an array disc was an extremely good thing, but everyone was also very clear that this thing could only be used in the hands of an array master. If it was given to an ordinary cultivator, it would just be a pile of waste. Amazing. It's actually a rank 5 trap formation. If this formation is perfect, it can even trap early-stage spirit detecting realm cultivators. We are all ordinary cultivators, so don't think too much about it. Not to mention a grade 5 array disc, even if you gave us a grade 1 array disc, you wouldn't be able to activate it. I wonder if there are any array masters here. That group of people really struck it rich. The crowd began to discuss, but no one called out a price. Qin Feng stood rooted to the ground. He didn't call out a bid because he was shocked. He didn't expect the Pear Continent auction house to have a level 5 formation played up for auction. 600,000. After coming back to his senses, Qin Feng was the first to bid. However, there was no sound of other cultivators bidding for a long time. It seemed that there were no array masters in this auction house. One must know that there were trillions of cultivators in the North Sand region and there were very few who could become an array master. There is a fellow cultivator bidding 600,000. Are there any other fellow cultivators bidding? The beautiful host on the stage asked several times. Although she didn't have high hopes for this level 5 array disc, 600,000 for a level 5 array disc was too low. 650,000. Seeing that the host was about to hit the gavel, another voice came from the crowd. 700,000. Qin Feng didn't even think about it. This was a level 5 trap formation plate. Forget 700,000, even if it was 7 million, Qin Feng would still get it. The cultivator who had just bid suddenly became silent. He was standing not far from Qin Feng, and Qin Feng felt a killing intent coming at him. He turned his head and found it funny. Qin Feng knew the man who had bid against him. It was Wang Xiaoqian, who he had met when he went to the Red Flower Hall to take the Golden Core Master exam. At that time, this old man had made a bet with Qin Feng and lost his storage ring. Since then, Qin Feng hadn't seen him again. After seeing Wang Xiaoqian, Qin Feng remembered that this old man had claimed to be a disciple of the Pear Continent's 4-star clan, the Wang family. In that case, it was reasonable for him to appear at the Pear Continent auction. So it's you, you brat. This old man has been looking for you recently. I didn't expect you to come to Pear Continent to die. I advise you to be sensible and not fight with me. Otherwise you'll have to bear the consequences. Unknowingly, Wang Xiaochen had walked behind Qin Feng and recognized him. There was a young disciple beside him. Qin Feng also knew this person. It was Wang He, who had gone to the Red Flower Hall with Wang Xiaochen. Yo. So it's you, you old fart. Why are you looking for me? Are you in a hurry to die? Qin Feng didn't give Wang Xiaochen any face. He remembered that when he went to the Red Flower Hall for the exam, Qin Feng was only a Saint King intermediate stage. At that time he wasn't a match for Wang Xiaochen. After not seeing him for a few months, Wang Xiaochen had broken through from the peak of the 9th level Saint King to the one-change Buddha aura. However, Qin Feng's transformation was even more drastic. It was just that he had been hiding his aura, and Wang Xiaochen couldn't see it at all. Wang He also recognized Qin Feng. That day he had gone to the exam with Elder Wang Xiaochen. In the end, Qin Feng had asked Sister Hong to set up a stall and scammed Wang He. In the end, they didn't even get in the queue. Now that he saw Qin Feng again, he wanted to slap this guy to death. Brat, do you know who you're talking to? Elder Wang has already stepped into the one-change Buddha aura. He can slap an ant like you to death with one palm. Qin Feng laughed coldly and said, Is that so? Then get him to take a picture for me to see. Wang He was furious and prepared to make a move himself. However, he was stopped by a look from Wang Xiaochen. Don't be rash. This brat is digging a trap for us. This is the elixir gathering. If we fight, we'll be in big trouble. Wang He suddenly came to his senses and glared at Qin Feng fiercely. I'm warning you for the last time. Withdraw from the auction immediately. Otherwise, even if you obtain that level 5 formation plate, don't think about leaving Pear Continent with it. This was an undisguised threat. However, looking at Qin Feng's expression, he didn't seem afraid at all. Your cultivation isn't high, but you talk big. I want to see if you can keep me here today. 2 million. Qin Feng was a little angry. He directly raised the price to a sky-high price. Wang He and Wang Xiaochen's expressions turned cold. However, they didn't raise the price in the end. You fool, spending 2 million to buy a level 5 formation plate? You're not an array master. It's just a pile of trash. Wang He said sarcastically after losing the auction. Qin Feng smiled and said, You're right. I'm indeed not an array master. I just don't like you guys, so I threw 2 million to slap your faces. Anyway, I don't lack money. Are you not convinced? If you have the ability, then raise the price. Chapter 1721. Wang He and Wang Xiaochen were so angry that they almost vomited blood. They realized that they could not beat Qin Feng's mouth. Mobile phones saved the most data and had no advertisements. In fact, the two of them were not formation masters, but seeing that the price of the level 5 formation plate was not very high, they thought of buying it first. If they could find a formation master to sell it at a high price, it would be a good deal. However, the idea was woken up by Qin Feng's slap. You. Wang He was so angry that he could not even finish a sentence. What about you? Have you never seen 2 million spirit stones and become mute? Qin Feng curled his lips and said. Wang He clenched his fists and looked like he was going to fight at any time. What a joke. Our Pear Continent's Wang clan is a 4-star clan. 2 million is nothing. So your Wang family is just a 4-star family. You dare to call yourself a big family? Since you don't care about 2 million, why don't you increase the price? How about this, if you dare to increase the price, I will quit immediately. Qin Feng could see that Wang He was poor. For a Sage King intermediate stage cultivator like him, he was considered rich if he had 1 million spirit stones. As for Wang Xiaochen, it was possible for him to take out 2 million, but this old man had just lost his storage ring to Qin Feng a few months ago. Qin Feng did not believe that he could take out 2 million spirit stones now. The two of them were filled with anger, but they could not vent it. They did not dare to fight, and they did not have as much money as Qin Feng. This was the saddest moment of their lives. No money, right? Are you pretending in front of me if you have no money? Are you crazy? Qin Feng added another stab. The two of them had cataracts popped out. In Qin Feng's eyes, 2 million for a level 5 formation plate was definitely a big deal, but in the eyes of ordinary cultivators, it was already a sky-high price. The level 5 trap formation plate was finally owned by Qin Feng. The beautiful host on the stage was very satisfied with this price, and she gave Qin Feng a few flirtatious looks. After receiving the formation plate, Qin Feng couldn't contain his excitement and immediately began to study it. He was studying Qingquan formation and could only set up some basic level 4 formations. He did not need to think about level 5 formation plates. After some research, Qin Feng understood quite a few formation setting techniques. He felt that spending the $2 million was not a waste. After thoroughly studying this level 5 trap formation, Qin Feng believed that he could also set up a level 5 trap formation. By the time he came back to his senses, the auction was already nearing its end. There were quite a few treasures in the bottom of the box. There were a few king elixirs, a few earth-grade cultivation techniques and martial skills, and even a true weapon. However, those items still couldn't enter Qin Feng's eyes. That true weapon was a defensive armor, and from the looks of it, it couldn't compare to the Water Spirit True Armor. Although the Water Spirit True Armor was damaged in the battle not long ago, as long as it wasn't completely broken, it could be put into the 10,000 treasure pavilion to be repaired. Next, there was a spirit charging pill. Although there was only one, it caused the entire crowd to go wild. Currently, the most famous elixirs in the northern sand continent were not the various top-grade king elixirs, but the spirit charging pill, which was only a level 6 golden elixir. Its appearance shocked the entire northern sand continent. Although the four-way tower was busy refining and selling it, how could it satisfy the needs of the billions of northern sand continent cultivators? The starting price was very high, directly raising it to the height of 500,000 superior-grade spirit stones. One had to know that a bottle of a normal level 6 golden elixir only cost about 200,000, and there was only one spirit charging pill. However, this was just the beginning. After the price was announced, it instantly rose to 1 million. I really didn't expect the spirit charging pill to appear. The people from the Pear Continent auction house have such strong connections. I heard that in the entire northern sand continent, only the four-way tower is selling this pill at 50,000 per pill. Here it's already sold for 1 million. There's simply no comparison. How many spirit charging pills can the four-way tower produce in a day? Do you want to queue up there to buy one? You'll probably have to queue until your grandson comes out. I heard that other than the four-way tower, there's also a power called the Huaxia Commerce Organization that is selling spirit charging pills. I wonder if that's true? This is yet another battle of wealth between the cultivators of the big clans and sections. It's really satisfying to watch. Even though everyone wanted to get their hands on the spirit charging pill, 99% of the cultivators had already withdrawn from the auction when the price was raised by a few 100,000. In the end, a spirit charging pill was sold for a sky-high price of 2 million. Even Qin Feng was shocked by this price. However, he soon regained his spirits. Now that the spirit charging pill was so popular, it wouldn't be long before the Huaxia Commerce Organization that he established would become famous in the northern sand continent. Everyone thought that the auction would end after the spirit charging pill. Unexpectedly, the beautiful host spoke again. Fellow Taoists, don't be in a hurry to leave. Today's auction hasn't ended yet. The next item is a little special. I believe that none of you have seen it in the past auctions. However, I can guarantee that its value is definitely not lower than a spirit charging pill. The cultivators who were about to disperse gathered together again. Everyone's interest was piqued as they stared unblinkingly at the cloth on the stage. I won't keep you in suspense. The last item for the Pear Continent's 18th auction is a map to the Violet Cloud Valley. Voila! Following the beautiful host's words, the cloth was pulled open by her. An extremely ancient-looking cowhide scroll was placed inside. The crowd was dumbfounded. Instantly there was a wave of chatter. Violet Cloud Valley? The legendary Violet Cloud Valley, one of the northern sand continent's 8 great sage territories? Nonsense. In the northern sand continent, other than that Violet Cloud Valley, where else could there be? Rumor has it that there are countless treasures in the 8 great sage territories. Any cultivator who is lucky enough to enter would at least reach the spirit detecting realm in the future. This map is incredible. I wonder if it's real or fake. The Pear Continent's Violet Cloud Valley map, one of the northern sand continent's 8 great sage territories, had been auctioned off. This news was as shocking as the spirit charging pill. Even the 5 guests on the stage couldn't sit still. According to the rules of the auction, guests were not allowed to participate in the auction. Looking at the expressions of Hai Yuanba and the others, they seemed to be regretting coming to be guests. Fellow cultivators, please calm down. I will first explain the situation. This map of the Violet Cloud Valley was found in an ancient martial ruin. The words Violet Cloud Valley are marked on the map. As for whether it's real or fake, it's up to everyone to decide. The Pear Continent auction house will not take any responsibility. The beautiful host's words caused the noisy crowd to quieten down. However, there were still some cultivators who were itching to make a move. That was the map of the Violet Cloud Valley. Regardless of whether it was real or fake, they would get it first. The starting price of this map of the Violet Cloud Valley is 1 million. Each increment must not be lower than 100,000. Just as she finished, more than 10 voices came from below the stage. 1,100,000. 1,200,000. 1,500,000. 2 million. This was the first time Qin Feng had heard of the Northern Sand Continent's 8 Great Sage territories. He was interested in the Violet Cloud Valley. Originally, he planned to participate in the auction. However, after hearing the increasing bids, he decided to wait and see. Chapter 1722. Fellow Taoists, I'm an independent cultivator, enlightened Master Ludi. Now that I've stepped into the Buddhist Light 7 changes, I'm very interested in this map of Violet Cloud Valley, and I'll obtain it at all costs. I hope that fellow Taoists can take a step back. Seeing that the Violet Cloud Valley's map had already been sold for 3 million spirit stones, a powerful roar came from the crowd. It seemed that this person called Ludi wanted to use his strength to scare away some competitors. This method was very effective. A large number of cultivators suddenly fell silent. However, there were still quite a number of them who were shouting out their bids. Clearly, a rogue cultivator at the 7 transformations of Buddha light was nothing in the Pear Continent. A mere wandering cultivator of the 7 transformations Buddha radiance actually dared to spout such arrogant words. Did he really think that he was someone important? Our 5-star sect, the 100 Intentions sect, is interested in this map. I advise you to stand aside if you know what's good for you. The man who had taken a picture of the 6 bottles of golden pills at the beginning of the convention began to shout. The reputation of the 100 Intentions sect was clearly much greater than that of the loose cultivator Ludi. Another large group of people quietened down, and even Ludi fell silent. How arrogant of the Bai sect. You just said that the auction will be fair and open, and now you want to use your power to suppress us? Our Pear Continent's Gu clan is not afraid of you. The man who jumped out was Gu Yingjie from the Gu family. He had wanted to bid for the 6 bottles of golden elixirs, but they were snatched away by the Bai sect. It was obvious that he was going against the Bai sect. A few more sects and clans jumped out one after another to fight for it. Almost all of them were famous forces in the Pear Continent. However, these people only cursed at each other and no one increased the bid. It seemed like the price of 3 million was already too high for them. After all, they still didn't know if that map of Violet Cloud Valley was real or fake. 5 million upper spiritual stones. However, at this moment, a loud shout rang out, instantly silencing the noisy venue. More than 10,000 pairs of eyes turned towards the direction of the voice. There stood 5 men wearing the same uniform. It turned out they were Red Flower Hall's people. By Shan, you old fart, you're clearly going against our 100 sect, aren't you? Humph. A trifling Red Flower Hall also dares to cause trouble. I think they don't want to continue mingling in Pear Continent. A map that we don't even know is real or fake is asking for 5 million. The people of Red Flower Hall must have water in their brains. The person who shouted just now was Bai Shan. He wasn't originally at the venue, but hurried over after receiving a disciple's flying sword message saying that a map of Violet Cloud Valley had appeared in the auction. The Red Flower Hall might not be as powerful as the other 5-star sects and clans in Pear Continent, but their funds were definitely the most abundant. For this kind of auction they would never fail. Fellow Taoists must have misunderstood me. Our Red Flower Hall absolutely has no intention of provoking everyone. Moreover, today's auction is originally for the highest bidder, and the Red Flower Hall is very interested in Violet Cloud Valley's map. Me coming here to bid is not violating the rules of the auction, right? Bai Shan spoke clearly and logically. She even glanced at the 5 guests when she was done. The 5 of them felt depressed. They also wanted to bid for the map of Violet Cloud Valley, but the auction house had stipulated that guests were not allowed to bid. Not only were they not allowed to bid, but they also had to speak up for Bai Shan. Red Flower Hall's Bai Shan is right. Every year in the Pear Continent auction, everyone is equal and the highest bidder wins. From now on you're only allowed to raise your bid. You're not allowed to say anything else. Otherwise you'll be disqualified from this auction. The guests pretended to be serious and expressed their attitudes. The rules of the auction had been in place for more than a decade, and they could not be easily violated. Otherwise, who would come to participate in the Pear Continent auction in the future? For a moment, the venue was silent. Bai Shan's bid of 5 million spirit stones was already a sky-high price. This was not to say that the map of Violet Cloud Valley was only worth this price, but because they couldn't confirm the authenticity of the map, it was likely they would spend 5 million to buy a piece of scrap paper. If the Pair-Continent auction house dared to guarantee that the map was authentic, then forget 5 million, even if it was 500 million high-quality spirit stones, there would still be a large number of forces competing. Are there no other cultivators who want to increase the price? This is a map of Violet Cloud Valley. The auction house was very satisfied with the price of 5 million, but the beautiful MC didn't forget to tempt everyone, trying to get a higher price. The audience was silent for a long time. Although some people still wanted to compete, they knew the financial strength of the Red Flower Hall, so they couldn't compete. Also, increasing the price meant offending the Red Flower Hall. It was rumored that this force had a spirit-detecting realm expert. Even the 5-star sects and families of the Pair-Continent didn't want to easily provoke them. It seems that there are no other cultivators who want to increase the price, then congratulations. Before the beautiful MC finished speaking, a calm voice suddenly rang out. 6 million. Everyone was shocked and looked over. The beautiful MC's small mouth was wide open with an expression of disbelief. The one who bid was unexpectedly a young boy who looked no more than 30 years old. No one recognized him, so everyone guessed that he was most likely an unknown rogue cultivator. This caused the crowd to explode. An unknown young rogue cultivator dared to oppose the Red Flower Hall? Wasn't he courting death? Besides, with this boy's identity, could he take out 6 million high-quality spirit stones? It's you? You're still alive? Bai Shan recognized Qin Feng at a glance. When Qin Feng went to the Red Flower Hall to take the Gold Core Master exam, he used Xiao Feng's appearance. Bai Shan revealed an expression as if she had seen a ghost. Logically speaking, Qin Feng shouldn't have gone to Fire City and should have been killed by the various forces gathered by the Red Flower Hall. How could he appear at the Pair-Continent auction house? Old fart, are you surprised to see me? You guessed right, your 2 junior brothers are already dead. The reason why Qin Feng suddenly bid was because he saw that Bai Shan was deliberately angering him. This time, Qin Feng came to Pair-Continent to destroy the Red Flower Hall, so he was not afraid of his identity being exposed. Bai Shan's old face immediately turned gloomy, and a dense killing intent burst out from his body, scaring the cultivators around him into retreating. Good boy, your lowly life is really tough. This old man wants to see if you can live past today. Bai Shan suddenly slapped out a palm, and a gust of wind blew through most of the auction house. The lower realm cultivators were directly sent flying high into the sky, and even the early-stage Buddha Light Realm cultivators were pressured to the point that they couldn't breathe. Qin Feng's expression instantly became serious. He realized that he was still a bit impulsive. This Bai Shan's realm was much higher than Bai Lin and Bai Hua's. Under the power of this palm, Qin Feng didn't even have a chance to dodge. Moreover, he couldn't use the 100-mile ray sniper here. That kind of powerful attack power would definitely shock the audience. At that time, the 100-mile ray sniper would be coveted by a powerful expert, and his little life would be at the end. Audacious Bai Shan, you dare to disturb the order of the auction house. Stand down. Chapter 1723. A strong aura quickly filled the entire venue. Although the aura was strong, it was gentle like a thin stream. Bai Shan immediately withdrew his aura. He was scared out of his wits. In front of a spirit-detecting realm expert, he felt like an ant. If it wasn't for Hai Yuanba showing mercy, he would have already died. Thank you for Senior Hai's forgiveness. This junior was reckless. Bai Shan immediately cupped his hands and apologized. Thinking of his previous actions, he felt a burst of fear. This was the Pair-Continent auction, how could he fight? If it wasn't for you being one of the bidders, you would already be a corpse. Either bid obediently or get the hell out of here. Hai Yuanba reprimanded and returned to the guest seats in the blink of an eye. His body emitted a dignified aura that shocked the cultivators in the venue into silence. Bai Shan was so angry that he secretly gritted his teeth. He, the Grand Red Flower Hall's great elder, had lost all face today. Bai Shan glared fiercely at Qin Feng. She placed all of the humiliation on Qin Feng's head. Brat, let's see how long you can last competing with our Red Flower Hall's wealth. Bai Shan spoke ruthlessly and shouted, 5 million. Qin Feng didn't even blink and calmly raised the price. 7, 5 million, 8 million, 9 million, 5 million. In less than a minute, The price of Violet Cloud Valley's map soared from 6 million to almost 10 million spirit stones. This battle left the cultivators dumbstruck. Facing this price, Qin Feng didn't back down. He even laughed at Bai Shan. Ha! Old fart, you're still the Red Flower Hall's great elder. How can you raise it by 500,000? You're too embarrassing. Bai Shan was so angry that he almost attacked again. You ignorant ant, pay attention to your words. I advise you to stop now or else Red Flower Hall won't forgive you. Qin Feng curled his lips and had an indifferent attitude. You speak as if you'll forgive me if I withdraw now. You, what you? I clearly want to cheat you, what can you do? 12 million. When it came to bickering, Qin Feng had never met a worthy opponent ever since he came to the Divine Continent. It didn't matter if the opponent was at the Immortal Chi stage or the Buddha Light stage, he could make the opponent vomit blood in a matter of minutes. Bai Shan was so angry that her body was trembling. This feeling was extremely sullen. She clearly knew that the other party was deliberately setting a trap for her, but she had no choice but to jump into it. What a reckless little grandson. Grandpa will play with you until the end. Bai Shan was completely infuriated. He roared, 15 million upper-grade spirit stones. Wah! The crowd was in an uproar and their voices were like waves in the sea. A map whose authenticity could not be determined was auctioned for 15 million high-grade spirit stones. Were these two fellows out of their minds? Red Flower Hall is indeed rich. A great elder can casually take out 15 million. Do you think that young man will increase the price? I bet he won't dare to raise it. The odds are 1-5. Hurry up and place your bets. After calling out the price, Bai Shan arrogantly glared at Qin Feng. However, the smile on her face suddenly froze. She heard Qin Feng shout, 20 million. The waves of screams surged again. Bai Shan's vision darkened, and she almost fainted from anger. Why, you brat, you have 20 million high-grade spirit stones? Are you purposely bickering with me? Ha! You're finished. If I don't raise the price, let's see how you pay the 20 million spirit stones. If you can't pay it according to the auction house's rules, I will get the map. Bai Shan looked as if she had suddenly woken up, and a playful smile reappeared on her face. However, Qin Feng looked at her as if she was an idiot and said, your imagination is really big. Isn't it just 20 million spirit stones? Do you think it's a lot? That's the map of Purple Cloud Valley, one of the northern sand continent's 8 great holy places. Do you think it's not worth 20 million? Bai Shan's smile disappeared again. She angrily shouted, but we don't know if that map is real or fake. Maybe you spent 20 million on a piece of scrap paper. Ah, you're really naive. Do you think that with Pear State Auction House's methods, the map they got is fake? If it's real, who would believe Pear State Auction House after it gets out? Even if that map isn't the real map of Purple Cloud Valley's Holy Land entrance, it's still a map of the surrounding area. If you can find the surrounding area of Purple Cloud Valley, are you afraid that you won't be able to find the entrance? Why am I talking so much nonsense to an old fart like you? Hurry up and withdraw. Let me spend 20 million to buy a piece of scrap paper. I can't wait for that result. Qin Feng said a lot in one breath. Actually, he was a bit embarrassed. Now that he only had a little over 10 million high-grade spirit stones left, he really couldn't afford that map. As long as Bai Shan added another 100,000 spirit stones, Qin Feng would immediately withdraw. Moreover, Qin Feng realized that he didn't need to bid at all. It was fine as long as the map fell into Bai Shan's hands. He came to Pear State this time to destroy Red Flower Hall. At that time the map would still return to his hands. 25 million. After hesitating for a moment, Bai Shan suddenly raised the price and added 5 million spirit stones in one go. Then she glared at Qin Feng and shouted, stinking brat, I'll say it here today. No matter how much you raise, I'll accompany you to the end. Qin Feng was inwardly happy. He sighed and said, AI. Forget it, since an idiot like you is determined to get it, then I'll let you have it. In any case, it's just a fake map. If you like it, take it. The corner of Bai Shan's mouth fiercely twitched. Humph. You're saying the grapes are sour because you can't eat them. Just now you called out a price of 20 million spirit stones to bid for the map. Now that you can't compare to this old man's wealth, you say such self-deceiving words. What's more, even if that map isn't the map of Purple Cloud Valley's entrance, it's still a map of the surrounding environment. 25 million is definitely worth the price. Bai Shan repeated Qin Feng's original words. Her goal was to publicly slap his face. However, she saw Qin Feng's face full of smiles. I don't understand. With your 3-year-old IQ, how did you get the position of Red Flower Hall's Great Elder? Or is it that your entire Red Flower Hall has such a low IQ? Do you think that if the senior who drew that map didn't discover Purple Cloud Valley, how would he know that the location on the map is the surrounding area of Purple Cloud Valley? If he discovered Purple Cloud Valley, why would he waste his energy to draw a map of the surrounding area? Therefore, this map is either the location of the entrance to Purple Cloud Valley's territory, or it's a fake map. According to my analysis, the possibility of a fake map is higher. Congratulations, senior idiot. You spent 25 million spirit stones on a piece of scrap paper. Why, you're the idiot. I'm called Bai Shan. Bai Shan roared angrily, but quickly realized that now wasn't the time to argue about his name. He felt that what Qin Feng said was very reasonable. Could it be that he really bought a fake map? Don't talk nonsense. That map is clearly the authentic path to Purple Cloud Valley's holy territory. Everyone, don't listen to this brat's nonsense. Is there anyone willing to raise the price? This Bai will do him a favor at little cost and let him have it. Bai Shan was so anxious that he was sweating profusely. 25 million was half of the savings he'd accumulated over dozens of years. If he really bought a fake map, he'd definitely die from anger. Chapter 1724. No one was stupid. After listening to Qin Feng's analysis, they felt that the map of Violet Cloud Valley was most likely fake. Moreover, even if someone wanted to bid for it, they couldn't take it out in front of the price of 25 million spirit stones. Fellow Taoists, don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I swear on my reputation as the Red Flower Hall's Great Elder that if anyone raises the price, I will withdraw. Bai Shan was anxious. He wished he could just pull a random cultivator to give up the map of Purple Cloud Valley, but the more he acted like this, the more those cultivators didn't dare to bid. The beautiful host suddenly woke up. She was shocked by the sky-high price of 25 million. Seeing that Bai Shan seemed to be regretting, she hurriedly said, "Congratulations to Red Flower Hall's Great Elder Bai Shan for winning the map of Purple Cloud Valley at an extremely low price of 25 million. Dang." With a final knock of the hammer, the last item of the auction was successfully sold. Bai Shan gnashed his teeth in anger. That was 25 million, how could it be so low? This woman must be in cahoots with that brat. Although he was full of complaints, Bai Shan still obediently went on stage to pay the spirit stones. Under the deterrence of the 5 guests, he didn't dare to act shamelessly. After the auction ended, the cultivators dispersed. Everyone was still discussing the hot topic of the auction. Surprisingly, the most popular topic of discussion was not the treasures auctioned off. Rather, it was Bai Shan's idiotic act of spending 25 million to buy a fake map. Qin Feng also left with the crowd. There were no materials needed to refine imprisonment in this auction, and there were no white spirit pills or white spirit feathers. However, Qin Feng wasn't disappointed. He didn't expect to get a rank 5 imprisonment formation disc at Pear Continent Auction House. After the crowd left, Qin Feng took a small path and returned to the periphery of the auction house. The originally crowded plaza was only left with the staff of Pear Continent Auction House and a few cultivators who had bid on the items. The reason Qin Feng came back was to follow Bai Shan. Now that all the cultivators thought the map of Purple Cloud Valley was fake, only he knew that the map was half real and half fake. He wanted to snatch the map. However, he didn't see Bai Shan's figure in the plaza. It seemed that old guy was very cautious and disappeared after getting the map. "Brat, let's see where you can run now." "Ah, you dare to shout at us at the auction? Today is the day you die." 2 sounds of laughter suddenly came from behind him. In reality, Qin Feng had long since sensed that he was being followed. However, when he discovered who they were, he completely ignored them and intentionally led them to this remote forest. "What should I say about you two? Are you in such a hurry to die?" Qin Feng sneered. He did not seem nervous at all. The newcomers were Wang Xiaoqun and Wang He of the Pear Continent's Wang family. When Qin Feng had snatched the grade 5 formation plate that they had their eyes on, the 2 of them had discussed killing Qin Feng after the auction ended. "Ah, as expected, you are a fellow who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. You want to kill me and Elder Xiaoqian with just you? I advise you to obediently hand over the level 5 array disc and all the spirit stones and treasures you have on you. If we are in a good mood, we might even leave your corpse intact," Wang He shouted fearlessly. "That's a good idea. Let's do as you say. As long as the 2 of you hand over all your treasures, I'll leave your corpses intact." Qin Feng had already seen through the 2's realms. Wang He was merely a level 6 Saint King, and Wang Xiaoqun had just broken through to level 1 Buddha's aura. Dealing with these two little pieces of trash would be a piece of cake for Qin Feng. What a reckless fellow! Wang He was instantly enraged. He swung his fist, but before he could get close to Qin Feng, Wang Xiaoqin's long sword was already pointed at Qin Feng's throat. There was a sudden explosion. Before Wang He could see what was going on, he saw Elder Wang Xiaoqin's body explode, and he was no longer human. You, Wang He retracted his fist in fear. He stood rooted to the ground, trembling all over. He could not even say a complete sentence. That was Elder Wang Xiaoqin, who had level 1 Buddha's aura. How could he not even withstand one move from Qin Feng? You what? Didn't you want to snatch my array disc and spirit stones just now? Hurry up and do it. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back. His body exuded a strong aura. Wang He could not see through it at all, but he could feel that Qin Feng's aura was several times stronger than Elder Wang Xiaoqin's. This fact was hard for Wang He to accept. He and Elder Wang had originally come to kill and rob, but in the end Elder Wang had been killed instead. Secretly glancing at Qin Feng again, Wang He was shocked. This brat looked younger than him, but his cultivation was so terrifying. Young hero, you must be joking. I was just passing by. How could I dare to take young hero's treasures? If young hero has nothing else, I will take my leave first. Wang He turned and ran. Before he could take 2 steps, a strong wind came from behind him, knocking him to the ground. Do you think I'm a fool? Or do you think I'll let you off just by saying a few nice words? Qin Feng's voice was cold. After Wang He fell to the ground, he vomited a few mouthfuls of blood. Realizing that he had underestimated Qin Feng's strength, he hurriedly knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Qin Feng. He begged bitterly, "Young hero, please spare me." It was that old fart Wang Xiaoqin's idea. He insisted on robbing young hero. I even tried to persuade that old fart a few times, but he did not listen to me at all. Qin Feng's lips curled into a cold smile. This Wang He was really good at lying. It was just that his intelligence was a bit lacking. Even a 3-year-old child would not believe the lies he said. As if feeling the sudden killing intent from Qin Feng, Wang He stopped kowtowing. His expression suddenly became ferocious. Brat, I advise you not to be too ruthless. Our pair continent's Wang family is a 4-star family. There are many Buddha Light Realm experts in the family. Our Lord family head has even stepped into the late stage of the Buddha Light Realm. He is not someone a loose cultivator like you can provoke. Wang He had seen Qin Feng alone twice. Naturally he thought that Qin Feng was a loose cultivator. Qin Feng originally wanted to kill Wang He with one palm strike, but he suddenly dispelled this thought. Now that he had killed Wang Xiaoqin, the pair continent's Wang family naturally would not let him off. Since that was the case, he might as well take advantage of the free time to eliminate this 4-star family to save himself trouble in the future. Bring me to the Wang family now, Qin Feng said. Wang He was stunned. He could not understand Qin Feng's thoughts. Could it be that this brat realized the Wang family's strength and was planning to go to them and admit his guilt? At least you know what's good for you. However, you killed Elder Wang Xiaoqin. Don't think that you can escape death. Wang He crawled up from the ground, regaining his previous arrogance. Qin Feng found it funny, but he did not say anything else. The Wang family was not far from the auction venue. 20 minutes later, the two of them arrived at the gate of a huge city courtyard. Senior brother Wang, who is this person? Why didn't Elder Xiaoqin return with you? It seemed that Wang He's position among the sect disciples was not low. The guards guarding the gate greeted him respectfully. Chapter 1725. Wang He did not say much, afraid that Qin Feng would change his mind and suddenly escape. Don't ask what you shouldn't ask. Are the elders here? Wang He asked. The guards were puzzled. Why did senior brother Wang He suddenly ask about the elders? Other than Elder Wang Xiaoqin who went to the auction this morning, I didn't see the other elders leave the family, a guard said. Wang He immediately heaved a sigh of relief. It was good that all the elders were here. Let's see where Qin Feng could run now. Alright, you guys continue guarding the door. Wang He led Qin Feng into the clan without batting an eyelid. They headed straight for the cultivation area of the elders. Qin Feng naturally saw through Wang He's intentions. However, he remained silent along the way. He had come to the Wang clan to kill the elders and family head. Stay here for a while. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, Wang He ordered arrogantly. Before he left the room, Qin Feng's voice came from behind him. It's best if you call all the elders of the Wang family here at once. Don't forget to call the patriarch. I'm usually very busy. I don't have the time to waste here. Wang He nearly tripped. He had seen people who liked to brag, but this was the first time he had seen someone as arrogant as Qin Feng. Ah, what arrogance! I'm just afraid you won't escape while I'm gone. Wang He snorted coldly and strode away. Just as he walked out, he waved his hand and called over a few patrolling disciples. Senior brother Wang He, do you have any instructions? Don't go anywhere. Guard this room for me, Wang He said. One of the disciples was puzzled. Senior brother Wang He, this is Elder Xiaoqin's room. He doesn't like people guarding outside to disturb him. Wang He scolded, I told you to guard, so guard. What's with all this nonsense? I'll say the ugly words first. The Wang family's eternal sinner is in this room. If you let him escape, the patriarch and elders will definitely not let you off. Those disciples were terrified. Pair continents Wang family's eternal sinner? Did it have to be so exaggerated? This was a serious matter. A few disciples guarded the door closely. In the meantime, they called over another group of patrolling disciples who passed by. Not long after, Wang He returned with a large group of people. Seeing the powerful formation, the disciples guarding the gate nearly fainted. Elder Wang Zhen, Elder Wang Kai, Elder Wang Xen. Greetings, great elders and little elders. All the elders of the Pair Continents Wang clan were basically all present, with the exception of the clan head. Such a grand lineup could only be seen during the annual clan assembly. Who knew what day it was today? The disciples guarding the door retreated to the side in a daze. With the support of many elders, Wang He kicked the door open with his nose in the air. Stinking brat, how dare you kill an elder of my Pair Continents Wang family? Today shall be the day of your death. As soon as Wang He entered the room, he started speaking ruthlessly. The group of disciples guarding the door were dumbfounded. They thought to themselves, isn't this Elder Wang Xiaoqin's room? Did senior brother Wang He take the wrong medicine today? The group of elders followed him into the room and looked Qin Feng up and down. Seeing that he was not more than 30 years old, a playful look flashed through the elder's eyes. This is an elder of your Wang family? Your cultivation is too low. Where is your patriarch? Call him over as well. Qin Feng also looked at the other party. However, after a while he lost interest. Among these so-called elders, the one with the highest cultivation was only at the 4th transformation Buddha light. He had just stepped into the threshold of the intermediate stage of the Buddha light realm. These words sounded really arrogant to everyone, and a few elders already stood up. You're the one who killed junior brother Wang Xiaoqin? How dare you? Umph. Junior brother Wang Xiaoqin only had the lowest cultivation among the Wang family's elders. He had only stepped into the 1st transformation Buddha light not long ago. Don't think that you're powerful just because you killed him. In front of our Pair Continents Wang family, you're just an ant-like existence. Why are you still talking nonsense with him? Just kill him. One of the old men's aura surged. Clearly he was about to make a move. However, Wang He hurriedly shouted, Little Elder Wang Zhen, don't be anxious. That brat has a level 5 formation plate, as well as many spirit stones and treasures. Wang Zhen abruptly stopped his fist midway. He stared coldly at Qin Feng and shouted, Brat, consider yourself lucky. I'll let you live a little longer. Hurry up and hand over your storage ring. This old man can give you a quick death. Qin Feng looked at the arrogant little elder in front of him. He only had the cultivation of a mere 2nd transformation Buddha light. He lazily said, if you want the storage ring, come and take it yourself. As long as you have the ability, everything in the ring will belong to you. Wang Zhen was very dissatisfied with Qin Feng's attitude. He felt as if he had been slapped in the face. He angrily roared and punched again. Instantly, a gust of wind blew in the room. As expected of an inexperienced ant. How dare you behave so atrociously in the Wang family's castle? I guess that brat won't be able to withstand junior brother Wang Zhen's punch. Don't get killed by it. Wang He's disciple is making a big fuss over nothing. A mere ant called all of us elders over. If word of this gets out, the Wang family will lose face. When the crowd saw Wang Zhen attack, they all revealed relaxed and playful expressions. In their eyes, Qin Feng had already become a cripple. Wang He was so excited that he was dancing with joy. Previously he was suppressed by Qin Feng and even had to kneel and kowtow. Now he could finally vent his anger. Rumble. A loud explosion sounded. However, it was much more intense than what everyone had imagined. When they saw the scene in front of them, more than 10 pairs of eyes fell to the ground. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back as if he had not moved at all. Wang Zhen flew backwards and spat out a few mouthfuls of blood in midair. It was only because the few elders reacted in time that they managed to dodge Wang Zhen. However, the disciples guarding the door could not dodge in time and were sent flying by Wang Zhen. Rumble. The sound of him landing was equally loud. A huge crater appeared on the ground outside of the room. Wang Zhen was lying in the crater in a strange position, motionless. It was unknown whether he was dead or alive. The noisy room instantly quietened down. The smiles on everyone's faces froze. Although Wang Zhen was not the strongest in the crowd, he was still at the second transformation Buddha light. Who would have thought that he would not even be able to withstand one move from the opponent? You little grandson, how dare you sneak attack junior brother Wang Zhen? Watch how I teach him a lesson. Someone came back to his senses and flew towards Qin Feng. However, before he could finish his sentence, a dazzling golden saber light descended from the sky, leaving behind a saber aura that was a few hundred meters long. Under the loud explosion, the three young elders did not understand the situation and their bodies exploded on the spot. The elder who rushed towards Qin Feng was even more miserable. His flesh and blood splattered everywhere. Chapter 1726. Qin Feng's series of attacks were very sudden. When the Wang family elders regained their senses, they found that 5 or 6 of their companions had already fallen. The remaining elders immediately retreated in fear, landing in different corners of the courtyard. They looked at Qin Feng again and the playful and frivolous look in their eyes disappeared, replaced by a serious and nervous expression. Who are you, brat? To have such a high cultivation at such a young age. My Wang family has no grievances with you. Why did you kill a Wang family elder? A few people began to question him, but compared to their previous overbearing attitude, their tone was much more timid. You don't need to ask, I'm just a loose cultivator. As for killing a Wang family elder, you guys provoked me first. Qin Feng jumped into the middle of the courtyard, not the slightest bit afraid of being surrounded by the elders. Many angrily glared at Wang He, cursing in their hearts that it was all this brat's fault. How was he an ant? He was simply a ruthless person that shouldn't be provoked. But since things had already reached this point, there was no point in saying anything more. The Wang family's first elder, Wang Xen, suddenly said, Ignorant junior, you are indeed very strong, but us elders can still kill you if we join hands. Furthermore, the Wang family's patriarch hasn't appeared yet, otherwise the patriarch would be able to kill you by himself. I'll give you a chance to live as long as you leave behind all your treasures and kowtow to everyone to apologize. I'll let you leave alive. After saying this as if afraid that Qin Feng wouldn't believe him, Wang Xen added, Don't worry, I Wang Xen am the Wang family's first elder. My position is only below the patriarch's and I will never go back on my words. The other elders immediately agreed. After seeing Qin Feng's strength, no one wanted to fight to the death with him. First elder Wang Xen is right. As long as you obediently apologize and compensate the Wang family's losses, we can spare your life. Brat, what are you hesitating for? Hurry up and hand over all your treasures. Otherwise, if the patriarch is alerted, you won't be able to leave even if you want to. Seeing everyone's anxious expressions, Qin Feng laughed inwardly. I've really disappointed everyone. This time I didn't plan on leaving alive. I think we should just fight to our heart's content. A trace of panic flashed in the eyes of all the elders. Wang Xen hurriedly shouted, You better think carefully. We have 8 Buddha Light Stage elders here. Do you think you can beat us? Fine. Who asked our Wang clan to be so magnanimous? You don't need to kowtow and admit your mistake. Just hand over your treasures and you can leave. Wang Xen gave way again and again, obviously afraid of Qin Feng. Initially, he thought that the other party would definitely agree to this condition. However, a beam of golden light descended from the sky, instantly blasting a row of buildings into ruins. Rumble. The loud noise alarmed the entire Wang family, and many disciples rushed over. The saber came so suddenly that the 2 little elders who were at the second transformation of Buddha's aura could not react in time and died tragically under the saber. You reckless brat, I'll kill you with my own hands today. Wang Xen was thoroughly enraged. He flew forward and sent a palm strike. Seeing that he had made a move, the remaining 5 elders could only brace themselves and join in the fight. Rumble. The 6 of them joined forces, and the light and shadows of their swords enveloped more than half of the Wang family city. The ground rumbled continuously, and the rows of buildings collapsed like tofu. Qin Feng had long since rushed into the sky. The ground where he was previously standing was blasted into countless craters. The 6 figures chased after him, and the violent movements on the ground were transferred to the sky. The disciples who rushed over all stood 100 meters away from the battle, not daring to go even half an inch closer. They looked up into the sky and their eyes and jaws dropped to the ground. Qin Feng looked to be in his 20s, but he actually forced the elders of the Wang family to join forces and attack him. Looking at the current situation, it seemed that this brat had the upper hand. Rumble. Another violent sound shook the sky. An elder at the third transformation of Buddha's aura collided with Qin Feng's fist. That elder could see that Qin Feng's cultivation was only at the second transformation of Buddha's aura. However, when the two fists collided, he suddenly felt a sense of crisis. An incomparably violent aura enveloped him. This was not the aura of a cultivator at the second transformation of Buddha's aura. It had probably reached the fourth transformation of Buddha's aura, or even higher. By the time he realized this, it was already too late. That elder at the third transformation of Buddha's aura instantly exploded in the sky, causing the disciples to cry out in alarm. However, this was only the beginning. Qin Feng had already gone berserk. As soon as that palm landed, he stepped on his golden flying sword and rushed in front of the other two elders. He punched out with both fists, and at the same time the powerful auras collided in the sky, mixed with the faint whistling of swords. Although they barely blocked Qin Feng's fist energy, the two elders didn't expect that there would be sword chi hidden in the fist energy. Just as they were about to escape, they suddenly stopped in mid-air. The sound of skin being sliced entered their ears, and their expressions were filled with fear. In the time it took to breathe, they were sliced into pieces. In less than the time it took for half an incense stick to burn, Qin Feng killed 3 of the 6 elders of the Wang family. Such powerful skills made the Wang family disciples feel like they were dreaming. The remaining 3 elders, Wang Xan, all had the intention to retreat. I advise you to immediately stop and leave. The Wang family can pretend that today's matter never happened. A great elder suddenly shouted. Their conditions had changed again and again. At the beginning they wanted Qin Feng to hand over the treasures, kowtow to admit his guilt, and then kill him. Now they seem to be begging Qin Feng to leave. However, from the beginning these people had made a grave mistake. The choice was not in their hands. Stab, stab, stab. As soon as that elder's voice fell, thousands of red spear lights rained down like raindrops. He didn't even have the chance to dodge. On the spot, he was pierced into a hornet's nest by the rainbow demon storm spear. The entire Wang family was immersed in the sound of explosions. Another great elder at the third transformation of Buddha's aura had fallen. These elders, who were like undefeatable gods in the eyes of the disciples, were now killed by Qin Feng with a single move. They were no better than ants. Only Wang Xan and Wang Qi were left in the elders group. Wang Qi's cultivation was comparable to the recently killed Wang Hulin. He had long since fled in fear, not daring to stay for even a moment longer. Wang Xian stood alone on the roof. Although his expression was calm, his heart was beating like a drum. When he saw Wang Qi run away, he almost swung his sleeves and left as well. However, if he did that, he would never be able to return to the Wang family as a great elder. Young hero, I have offended you before. I hope you will show mercy and stop now. Wang Xian's face no longer had a trace of arrogance. His tone even carried a hint of pleading. The surrounding disciples were in an uproar. They were all trying to guess Qin Feng's identity. Where did this powerful expert come from? He actually relied on his own strength to force the Pair-Continent's Wang family to give in to him? Don't you think it's too late to say this now? If I first slap you and then tell you not to be angry and this matter ends here, would you let me go? Qin Feng stood on his golden flying sword and floated in the air. His white clothes flapped in the wind. Now that the Wang family was afraid and wanted to take a step back, how could Qin Feng let them? Chapter 1727. Brat, you really don't know when to retreat. Even if I have to risk my life, I will kill you. Wang Xen was the great elder of the Pair-Continent's Wang family. He had already lowered his status to beg Qin Feng, but this brat still didn't back down. Since things had come to this, Wang Xen had no other choice. With a roar, he flew towards Qin Feng and struck. Whoosh! The seemingly simple strike instantly brought forth countless howls of wind. In the blink of an eye, the house that Qin Feng was standing on was blown into ruins. What are you all standing there for? Kill him. Wang Xion's expression became more and more serious. He didn't hold back his attack just now, but he didn't expect Qin Feng to dodge it so easily. It seemed like he had underestimated his opponent. The stunned disciples suddenly woke up, but no one dared to join the battle. The strength that Qin Feng had displayed was too strong, killing one person with one strike. Those who were killed by him were all Buddha light stage elders. This group of disciples thought that they would just be throwing their lives away if they went up. A bunch of trash. If anyone doesn't make a move, I will kill him first. After exchanging a few blows with Qin Feng, Wang Xian felt that he couldn't take it anymore. Although the disciples were afraid, they could only brace themselves and fight. The first wave of people that rushed up were all Saint King Realm cultivators. There were even 4 or 5 late immortal Qi stage disciples among them. Qin Feng didn't care about these disciples at all. His violent blade left more than a dozen cuts on Wang Xian's body. When the aura behind him was infinitely close, Qin Feng swept his blade horizontally. The several hundred-meter-long golden blade Qi cut the air in half. Even the dozen disciples in front were cut in half at the waist. Rumble. Explosions rang out one after another. The entire Wang family city seemed to have been bombed by a fighter jet. The remaining disciples didn't dare to go forward anymore. Many of them started to run away. Qin Feng didn't kill those who ran away. Instead he jumped behind Wang He. Don't kill me. I beg you, don't kill me. The development of the situation was completely out of Wang He's expectations. He originally wanted to bring Qin Feng back to the family to receive punishment. Even if he was beaten to death, he would never have thought that Qin Feng would destroy the entire Wang family. However, begging for mercy was obviously meaningless. In Qin Feng's eyes, Wang He should have been killed along with Wang Xiaoqin. He just didn't know where the Wang family was, so he let Wang He live until now. Without even drawing his saber, Qin Feng casually threw a punch. Thunder and tiger roars rang out, accompanied by the sound of a sword piercing through the air. Wang He, a mere 6th-level Saint King cultivator, did not even have time to react before he collapsed into a pool of blood. The Pear Continent's Wang family was in a mess, surrounded by ruins and corpses. Qin Feng, on the other hand, walked through the gravel as if nothing had happened. He arrived at Wang Xian's side. Just now he had struck Wang Xian down from the sky with his saber. Now Wang Xian was lying in a pit, unable to get up. Don't kill me. I'll give you my treasures. I'll give you all my treasures. Wang He was seriously injured. At this moment he was weaker than an ordinary person. He began to regret saying those harsh words to Qin Feng. He really did not expect that this unremarkable young man in front of him would become the demon that destroyed the Wang family. I'm not interested in your treasures. You should go and accompany your fellow disciples in peace. Qin Feng raised his saber, but before it landed, a low roar came from behind him. Little ant, stop right now. Otherwise this old man will cut you into 1,000 pieces. Without looking back, Qin Feng could guess that the Wang family's patriarch had arrived based on the powerful aura. However, he did not stop. His golden saber slashed down, and the ground in front of him was instantly split in half. As for Wang Xian, who was lying in the pit, he was already dead. Ayaya. You little grandson, how dare you come to my Wang family to cause trouble? If you don't die today, this old man will not be a human. Boom. A loud sound exploded around Qin Feng. He had already retreated on his flying sword, but he had underestimated the Wang family's patriarch's strength. The shockwave from the palm strike had sent him flying. He fell to the ground and spat out a few mouthfuls of blood. His water spirit true armor was broken and was currently being repaired in the 1,000 Treasure Pavilion. Just now he had used his physical body to block the other party's fierce attack, so he had more or less suffered some injuries. A figure followed closely behind. Seeing Wang Xian being killed, Wang Xiaohai seemed to have gone mad, and he sent out a few more palm strikes. Bang bang bang. The original bluestone ground was blasted beyond recognition. This time the palm strikes missed, and Qin Feng's feet shot up into the sky with a golden light. Little grandson, don't run if you have the guts. Do you really think that my Pear Continent's Wang family is easy to bully? Wang Xiaohai had already seen through Qin Feng's cultivation with just 2 moves. A mere Buddha or a second transformation cultivator. His heart was filled with doubts. Logically speaking, with this kind of strength, he should have been killed by Wang Xian and the other elders long ago. How did this brat survive until now? Moreover, he had even killed Wang Xian and the other elders. Wang Xiaohai could not understand no matter how much he thought about it, but he was too lazy to think about it. In any case, Qin Feng would definitely die today, and he had full confidence that he would be able to kill this little grandson. Suddenly Wang Xiaohai turned into a ray of light and shot out, quickly catching up to Qin Feng. He took out a thin sword in his hand. The originally dagger-sized short sword suddenly became bigger, and it stabbed out with a gust of wind. Puchi. The long sword was too fast. Even though Qin Feng dodged in time, a deep wound was still cut on his arm. Flesh and blood came out and the white bone inside could be seen. Qin Feng did not have time to treat the wound, because the strange long sword flew towards him again. Break for me. Qin Feng didn't think and slashed down with his saber. The fierce saber chi turned into a long dragon and surged forward, but the long sword's speed did not decrease, and it effortlessly pierced through the saber chi. This time, Qin Feng's abdomen was hit by the sword. If he hadn't dodged in time, he would have been cut in half at the waist. The long sword spun in the air and shot towards Qin Feng again. Rumble. Qin Feng didn't hesitate to take out his flying sword. The two long swords collided in the air, creating a loud sound like a car crash. But the next scene shocked Qin Feng. His flying sword was a golden sword that he had obtained from a 9-star sect disciple in the Eastfield continent, Xiahou Xing. But it was knocked down by Wang Xiaohai's long sword. Master, the opponent's sword is clearly a true weapon. Normal spirit weapons cannot block it. Little Pig's voice sounded. Now Qin Feng understood. However, he only had one true weapon, Water Spirit True Armor, and because it was damaged, it was placed in the 10,000 Treasures Pavilion to be repaired. On the other hand, the quest to eradicate the Red Flower Hall rewarded him with a true weapon grade True E sword, but he temporarily couldn't complete this quest. Realizing that it was difficult to use a spirit weapon to fight Wang Xiaohai, Qin Feng decided to use martial skills to crush this old bastard. He also didn't plan on using the 100-mile light sniper. First, he was afraid that people would see it and spread the news. Second, although the 100-mile light sniper was incomparably powerful, it needed an energy star stone to power it. And Qin Feng only had one energy star stone, so he wouldn't easily use the 100-mile light sniper unless it was a life or death situation. Chapter 1728. Just as Qin Feng understood, Wang Xiaohai once again took out that long sword. Several silver lights shot out, and the sword even let out a dragon roar. A smile appeared on Wang Xiaohai's face, as if this sword could take Qin Feng's life. However, his smile suddenly froze. Not only did Qin Feng not dodge, but he also took the initiative to meet it with a punch. Rumble. That seemingly simple punch blasted out several bolts of lightning. The lightning ferociously exploded, and even a true artifact-grade longsword was knocked away. As soon as the first punch landed, Qin Feng followed up with a second punch. This time, the lightning suddenly condensed and formed a dazzling white lightning sword that hovered in midair. The lightning sword kept exploding. Just looking at it, one could tell that it was extremely destructive. However, Qin Feng leaped forward and stabbed the lightning sword in midair. Crackle. The surrounding air was instantly pierced through. Even though Wang Xiaohai managed to block it with a palm strike in time, the surging palm print was unable to withstand a single blow from the lightning strike. Several bolts of lightning exploded on his body, instantly sending him flying to the ground. After fighting with various experts recently, Qin Feng had a deep understanding of his own strength. Although he was only at the Buddha's Light Second Transformation realm, he could kill a Buddha's Light Intermediate Stage cultivator. However, if he encountered a Buddha's Light Advanced Stage expert, Qin Feng could only run. Wang Xiaohai was currently at the Buddha's Light Sixth Transformation realm, which could be considered as the peak of the Buddha's Light Intermediate Stage. However, as the patriarch of a 4-star family, the cultivation method and martial skills he cultivated weren't powerful. He was considered a relatively weak existence among the Buddha's Light Sixth Transformation realm cultivators. Seeing that Wang Xiaohai smashed into the ground and created a huge pit, Qin Feng's feet created a golden light shadow, and he instantly appeared above the huge pit. Both fists fell and the Thunder Heaven technique ferociously attacked. This earth-grade upper-grade martial skill was shocking. Qin Feng had only practiced to the second style, but with just a few punches he seriously injured Wang Xiaohai. Qin Feng didn't give Wang Xiaohai a chance to beg for mercy. He casually sent out a few balls of blue flames. The moment the spirit sunflower touched Wang Xiaohai, the flames leaped tens of meters high. When the flames disappeared, not even the remains of Wang Xiaohai could be seen in the huge pit. The fierce battle came to an end just like that. Looking at the pair continent's Wang clan, it seemed like a war had broken out. There were still many disciples of the Wang family standing in the ruins. These people had already fled, but when they saw the patriarch appear, they hurried back. As a result, the patriarch was killed before the battle had even begun. Senior, please spare our lives. We are just trying to make a living in the Wang clan. The crowd all knelt on the ground and begged for mercy. Qin Feng had never planned to kill these people. His target was the Wang family elder and sect leader. As long as these people were killed, the Wang family would naturally be destroyed. Qin Feng didn't say anything else. He stepped on his flying sword and disappeared into the distance. He found a secluded place and checked the storage ring he had obtained from Wang Xiaohai. In any case, this guy was a Buddha Aura 6 transformation realm cultivator. He had a lot of treasures in his storage ring. There were more than 10 million high-grade spirit stones and countless spiritual herbs and refining materials. It was just that their grades were a bit low. At least, Qin Feng didn't want them. After a simple glance at the other items, Qin Feng's attention was placed on the true artifact longsword. When he grabbed the longsword in his hand, the Hedonist sovereign system had a detailed introduction of it. It turned out that the longsword was called the Dragon Cry Sword. It was a low-grade true artifact. When inner chi was poured into the longsword, the body of the sword would let out a dragon's roar, hence the name. Qin Feng waved his hand and a dragon's roar sounded out in the air. The Dragon Cry Sword was incomparably sharp and instantly cut the air around him. Good sword. If used together with Thousand Silk Slash and Shadowless Sword, its power definitely can't be underestimated. Qin Feng was very satisfied with the Dragon Cry Sword. He played with it for a while before putting it back into his storage ring. Originally, he had come to Pear Continent to destroy the power of the Red Flower Hall. Who would have thought that he would accidentally destroy the Pear Continent's Wang family first? This battle gave Qin Feng a new understanding. For the next 3 days he stayed in Yuanjinglu and cultivated in seclusion. When he opened his eyes again, he felt that the qi in his body had become even stronger. A flying sword shot into the room from outside. Qin Feng grabbed it and the flying sword burned by itself. A row of words appeared in the air. It turned out that Yang Badian and the others had already arrived in Pear Continent. Qin Feng immediately moved. It was time to eradicate the Red Flower Hall. After the time it took for an incense stick to burn, Qin Feng appeared in an empty space a dozen or so kilometers away from the Red Flower Hall's base. This was a barren mountain plain. In broad daylight, not even a ghost could be seen. However, there were 2 black shadows sneakily following behind him. Qin Feng had long since discovered the 2 people, but he pretended not to notice. Not long after, 10 or so figures flew over from the direction of the Red Flower Hall. The 2 people in the lead were extremely fast and landed beside Qin Feng. Haha. Qin Brat, you dare to oppose the Red Flower Hall? Let's see where you can run today. The first person to land was the Red Flower Hall's Great Elder, Bai Shan. Standing across from him was the other Great Elder, Bai Feng. Of the original 4 Great Elders of the Red Flower Hall, only these 2 people remained. As for Bai Lin and Bai Hua, they had long since been killed by Qin Feng in Flamehaven. 2 ferocious auras had already enveloped Qin Feng. He immediately checked the strength of the 2 people, but he couldn't understand them at all. He only felt that these 2 people were more powerful than Bai Lin and Bai Hua. They had most likely stepped into the peak of the 9 changes of Buddha's light. However, Qin Feng wasn't afraid. He had purposely come here as bait. Moreover, he didn't want to attract these 2 elders. So it's you, you old fart. 4 days ago you spent 25 million to buy a fake map. I thought you would die of anger when you returned. I didn't think you'd still be alive. Qin Feng purposely opened Bai Shan's scars. However, Bai Shan wasn't angry at all. Instead, he revealed a playful expression. Ha! Speaking of this, I still have to thank you, you idiot. That map isn't fake. After I kill you, I'm going to team up with the Hall Master and junior brother Bai Feng to go treasure hunting. Qin Feng was overjoyed. It seemed that the map of the Purple Cloud Valley was real. His heartbeat couldn't help but speed up. That was one of the northern Sand region's 8 great saint realms. Rumor had it that as long as a cultivator entered it, their cultivation would at least step into the Nihility God realm. Ah, grandson, why aren't you saying anything? Could it be that you've been so angry with me that you've broken your cultivation? Seeing that you helped me get the map of the Purple Cloud Valley, I'll leave your corpse intact later. Bai Shan couldn't stop laughing. A few days ago he had been angered by Qin Feng. Today he felt like he had vented all his resentment. Qin Feng looked at him as if he was looking at an idiot. It was good that the map was real. Soon it would fall into his pocket. Then I really have to thank you for spending 25 million spirit stones to buy a map of the Purple Cloud Valley for me. Seeing that you're so filial, I've also decided to leave your corpse intact. Qin Feng said lazily. City Lord Yang was quite famous in the northern sand region. However, although he had stepped into the true spirit realm, his cultivation was only at the early stage of the true spirit realm. In other words, Yang Boshan's cultivation was not as high as the Red Flower Hall's Hall Master. It was believed that he would not fall out with the Red Flower Hall for Qin Feng. It was just that the two of them had a good idea, but right after Bai Shan finished speaking, Yang Badian sent a palm strike at them without any warning. It was as if a tsunami had suddenly appeared on a calm sea, and before the two of them could react, they were sent flying. Rumble. Yang Boshan's seemingly simple palm strike had a berserk aura enveloping a radius of 10 miles. Explosions rang out one after another. Bai Shan and Bai Feng fell to the ground and vomited blood. As for the Red Flower Hall disciples who had followed them, they were all lying in a pool of blood. None of them could even breathe. Qin Feng was dumbstruck by such ferocious strength. The disciples who could be brought out by Elder Bai Shan and Elder Bai were obviously not ordinary people. The lowest realm among them was at the peak of the Saint King realm, and most of them were cultivators at the intermediate stage of the Buddha Light realm. However, in front of a true spirit realm powerhouse, the Buddha Light realm was like an ant. Qin Feng even felt that the power of Yang Boshan's palm strike was even stronger than the 100-mile light sniper. It's just a trivial Red Flower Hall and you want to scare me? You really don't know what's good for you. Yang Boshan's expression was indifferent. If it was before he met Qin Feng, he would not have offended the Red Flower Hall. But now that he had become sworn brothers with Qin Feng, and Brother Qin was determined to destroy the Red Flower Hall, how could Yang Badian shrink back? Among the group of powerhouses who had rushed over, only Bai Shan and Bai Feng were left alive. The two of them were battered and exhausted, and they no longer had the arrogant momentum they had before. A Dao light sword shot out, and although it disappeared into the distance, it did not escape Qin Feng and Yang Boshan's eyes. However, the two of them pretended not to see it, and let Bai Shan send a flying sword message to the Red Flower Hall. What they wanted to attract was not Bai Shan and Bai Feng, but the Red Flower Hall's Hall Master. After the flying sword disappeared, Bai Shan and Bai Feng's expressions calmed down a lot. They did not even think about escaping. Instead, they wanted to buy some time so that the Hall Master could come and kill Qin Feng and Yang Badian. Senior Yang, you actually want to oppose my Red Flower Hall for an ant at the second transformation of the Buddha Light Realm? What benefits did that boy give you? Bai Shan pretended to be angry. Yang Badian laughed in his heart. How could he not see through Bai Shan and Bai Feng's intentions? However, he did not understand Qin Feng's intentions. He knew that he was not a match for the Red Flower Hall's Hall Master, Bai Zhanfei, but Qin Feng insisted on luring him here to kill him. He did not know what Qin Feng was planning. Brother Qin and I are sworn brothers. He did not need to give me any benefits. I am willing to help brother take revenge, Yang Badian said. Bai Shan and Bai Feng's eyes flashed with coldness. If their cultivation was not lower than Yang Boshan's, they would have torn this meddlesome old man's corpse into 1,000 pieces. At the same time, the two of them were surprised that Qin Feng could become sworn brothers with a true spirit realm expert. However, when they thought about it, that boy was a king of elixirs and he had even refined the spirit surge pill. It was not strange at all. The time it took for an incense stick to burn passed quickly. Bai Shan and Bai Feng finally realized that something was wrong. That Yang Badian kept talking nonsense with them, as if he was deliberately not killing them. Yang Badian, what do you mean? Bai Shan suddenly came to his senses. He felt that the other party seemed to be plotting something. What do you think I mean? Why didn't you kill us? Bai Feng also could not understand. This question was really funny. It was as if Bai Shan and Bai Feng were in a hurry to die. However, as soon as Bai Feng finished speaking, Yang Boshan's expression changed. He suddenly sent 2 palm strikes at them. The two of them were at the stage where their guard was down, so they did not even have a chance to dodge. They were instantly blasted into the sky. Almost at the same time, a gust of wind came from the direction of the Red Flower Hall. A low roar was heard. Who are you? How dare you hurt my Red Flower Hall's disciple? Rumble. Qin Feng did not see anyone at all, but he was pulled to an empty space 100 meters away by Yang Badian. A loud sound exploded on the ground, and a huge pit appeared on the flat ground. The aftermath of the explosion had not yet dissipated, and Qin Feng could not breathe. Bai Zhanfei is here? Qin Feng's expression was grave. He knew that Bai Zhanfei was stronger than Yang Badian, but after feeling his aura, he realized that he had underestimated this true spirit realm expert. Chapter 1730. Without waiting for Yang Badian to answer, a black shadow landed on the open space dozens of meters away. The red cloak on the shoulders of the newcomer flapped and the aura on his body surged. He was like a towering mountain. "You juniors, how dare you kill my Red Flower Hall's two great elders? Today I, Bai Zhanfei, will make you regret it." It turned out that Yang Boshan's palm had directly killed Bai Shan and Bai Feng. Qin Feng secretly clicked his tongue. This true spirit realm expert was indeed fierce. "You want to kill me and brother Qin? How could it be so easy?" Yang Badian took a step forward and stood in front of Qin Feng. He knew that although Qin Feng was at the second transformation of Buddha's light, he had killed a late-stage Buddha's light cultivator in Fire City not long ago. However, the person in front of him was a true spirit realm expert. Qin Feng might not even be able to withstand one palm. "So it's you, old man. My Red Flower Hall has never had any grudges with your broken Flower City. How do you explain yourself by slaughtering Red Flower Hall's disciples here?" Bai Zhanfei was very puzzled. Yang Badian was clearly not his opponent. What was wrong with him today? Why did he come to the Red Flower Hall's territory to seek death? Why do I need to explain? I just don't like your Red Flower Hall. If I want to kill, I will kill. What can you do to me? Since there was already enmity between them, Yang Badian did not back down. Qin Feng looked at his tall and firm back and felt warmth in his heart. The conversation was not pleasant. Bai Zhanfei directly used his palm as a blade and slashed out hundreds of meters long blade qi in the air. As soon as the blade qi appeared, Qin Feng felt an extremely strong sense of oppression hanging in his heart. He could see that this attack was condensed by Bai Zhanfei's aura. However, it was like a real blade qi. It was not something that a Buddha's light cultivator's aura could condense. Yang Boshan's expression was dignified. He put his palms together and two palm prints appeared in the air, blocking the ferocious falling blade qi in the air. Rumble. An earth-shattering explosion sounded. Qin Feng felt the ground under his feet violently shake. The blade qi clearly did not hit him, but the residual power made him vomit blood. "Brother Qin, retreat 500 meters away. Leave this old man to me." Yang Boshan's face was flushed red. It was obvious that blocking this attack was a very strenuous task for him. Qin Feng stepped on his flying sword and retreated. He knew that even if he stayed, he would only be a burden to Yang Badian. This was his first time clashing with a true spirit realm expert, and he realized that he had underestimated the strength of a true spirit realm expert. Master, Buddhist light cultivators produce Buddhist light, true spirit cultivators condense true essence, forming a spirit pill, and hollow divinity clones appear. That's why a true spirit realm expert is far superior to a Buddha's light realm cultivator. That's because the inner qi in their body has been transformed into genuine essence and has been raised to another level. It's also because of the appearance of genuine essence that a true spirit realm expert can manifest genuine essence with a wave of his hand and condense it into saber qi or sword qi to hurt others. Little Pig quickly explained the situation to him. In fact, when Qin Feng was still in the Divine Land, he had met a true qi realm cultivator who could transform the true qi in their body into an offensive element. However, true qi and genuine essence were on a completely different level. Most true qi realm cultivators had to use martial skills to transform their true qi into sword qi or saber qi, and their power would only increase slightly. However, a true spirit realm expert didn't need to use any martial skills at all and could directly manifest genuine essence, which was extremely powerful. While Qin Feng was stunned, Yang Badian and Bai Zhanfei had already exchanged hundreds of blows. Loud noises rang out continuously in the sky and countless holes appeared on the ground. The commotion caused by their fight was even more intense than a war. Qin Feng realized that the battle between true spirit realm cultivators and low-level cultivators was very different. They almost didn't have any physical contact. It was all about the strength of their genuine essence. As a result, the higher the realm, the more powerful the genuine essence. Bai Zhanfei had a great advantage. Boom. There was another loud noise that seemed to tear the sky apart. Bai Zhanfei's palms slashed down and turned into several saber qi that landed on Yang Boshan's head. Cracks appeared on the palm print in the air and it was finally completely shattered. Yang Badian spat out a mouthful of blood and was sent flying to the ground. "Brother Qin, Bai Zhanfei has already stepped into the fourth true spirit realm. I'm not his opponent, quickly escape." Just as he fell into the huge pit, Yang Badian immediately flew up and blocked in front of Qin Feng like a towering mountain. After a round of fighting, Yang Boshan's heart was filled with despair. He was only at the early stage of the true spirit realm, while Bai Zhanfei had already stepped into the middle stage of the true spirit realm. This gap was like a chasm that was difficult to cross. Ah, what a joke. Do you think the two of you can escape today? After Bai Zhanfei figured out Yang Boshan's cultivation, a fearless expression appeared in his eyes. As his words fell, he slashed down with his palms again. The sky that had just stopped for a moment exploded again. Rumble. This time, Yang Badian didn't take the saber chi head-on and quickly threw a few punches into the sky. Powerful true essence turned into fist prints that flew into the sky and collided with the saber chi. The saber chi and fist prints immediately exploded after colliding, turning into fireworks and fading away. Let's see how long you can last. Bai Zhanfei sneered and his attacks suddenly sped up. Dozens of saber chi condensed in the sky and each one was several hundred meters long. It was like dozens of dragons roaring in the sky. Yang Badian felt a strong pressure. Before the saber chi arrived, he couldn't help but spit out a few mouthfuls of blood. As he blocked with his fists, he anxiously shouted, "Brother Qin, why aren't you leaving?" Rumble. The explosion was even more intense than before. The fist prints and saber chi collided like fireworks, but when the last two true essence saber chi landed, Yang Badian didn't have time to throw another punch. Two bloody wounds appeared on his chest and he fell to the ground behind him. "Brother Qin, quickly leave." The moment he landed, Yang Badian didn't forget to shout. Following that, there was a loud sound. It was as if a meteorite had landed on the ground. Qin Fan's eyes were bloodshot and he had no intention of leaving. Even though he knew he wasn't Bai Zhanfei's opponent, he wouldn't abandon his friends even if he died. However, Qin Fan really underestimated Bai Zhanfei's strength. He thought that Yang Badian and Bai Zhanfei were both true spirit realm cultivators and their cultivation was only two small realms apart. Qin Fan planned to set up a trap formation to trap Bai Zhanfei and then let Yang Badian kill him. However, from the moment Bai Zhanfei appeared to Yang Boshan's defeat, only half an incense stick of time had passed. Qin Fan didn't even have the chance to set up a formation. "Your great-great-grandson is Qin Fan? Don't worry, I won't kill you. I will put you under house arrest in the Red Flower Hall and refine pills for the Red Flower Hall day and night to wash away your sins." Bai Zhanfei's figure was still several hundred meters away, but his voice seemed to be speaking in Qin Fan's ear. He didn't attack again and wasn't even in a hurry to catch Qin Fan. In his eyes, Qin Fan was just an ant. How could he escape from his palm? Chapter 1731. Bai Zhanfei, you dare to hurt my big brother Yang. I will kill you today. Bai Zhanfei thought that Qin Feng would kneel down and beg for mercy, but he looked firm and didn't even show the slightest fear. Bai Zhanfei's face turned cold. An ant like Qin Feng at the second transformation Buddha aura dared to clamor in front of him? This was a disgrace to him. A sudden gust of wind blew across the wasteland, and in the blink of an eye, Bai Zhanfei disappeared. An unprecedented sense of crisis surged in Qin Feng's heart, and he threw out a handful of child array flags without thinking. Shwa. The array flags fell to the ground in a disorderly manner, but the position of each array flag was very particular. A burst of energy suddenly gushed out, and four light curtain walls appeared in the open space in front of Qin Feng, as if they were connected to Heaven's palace. Bai Zhanfei was trapped inside the curtain wall, but he looked playful and even laughed. "Ha! I have to say, what's so good about your little grandson? You really are an ant. You want to trap this old master with a spirit array? At your age, you can only arrange a level 2 trap array at most. This kind of garbage spirit array can't even trap an early-stage Saint King Realm cultivator, and you want to use it to trap me?" Qin Feng didn't seem to hear Bai Zhanfei's ridicule, and his hands didn't stop. He kept putting seals into the spirit stones and then threw them around the spirit array. This was not a level 2 spirit array, but a level 5 trap array that Qin Feng had obtained at the Pear Province auction not long ago. However, this was just an array disc and Qin Feng still needed to perfect it. Bai Zhanfei sneered when he saw Qin Fan still struggling in the face of death. He flew over and expected to grab Qin Fan in the next second. Then he would carry him back to the Red Flower Hall like a little chick. However, he saw that the wall didn't budge. Instead, he was sent flying to the ground. Boom. The impact this time was extremely fierce, like a collision between galloping trains. Bai Zhanfei spat out a mouthful of blood, and his eyes were filled with disbelief. He didn't care about his injuries and muttered to himself, "A level 5 trap array? This is a level 5 trap array?" Qin Feng didn't answer Bai Zhanfei's question and began refining new array flags. This LV5 trap array was perfected by him, so he was very sensitive to arrays. Bai Zhanfei's collision had actually loosened the LV5 trap array, which showed how powerful a middle-stage true spirit realm cultivator was. I know you got this level 5 trap array at the Pear Province auction. Otherwise, how could you arrange a level 5 array at your age? Bai Zhanfei came to a sudden realization. In the next moment, his expression became solemn. In front of a level 5 trap array, even with his current realm, he could not escape instantly. It would take at least 1.5 hours to break the array. The reason why Bai Zhanfei's expression was grave was because he saw Yang Badian flying over. Otherwise, if Qin Feng was alone, he wouldn't care about this trap formation at all. At most, he would spend some time to break the formation. Even if Qin Feng took the opportunity to escape, Bai Zhanfei was confident that he could catch him again. Yang Boshan's aura was much weaker than before. It seemed like he was heavily injured. He landed beside Qin Feng and his eyes sparkled. He was wondering why Qin Feng lured Bai Zhanfei out alone. Now that he saw the level 5 trap formation, he understood everything. Actually, Qin Feng had originally planned to use a rank 4 trap formation. He knew that a rank 4 trap formation would not be able to trap a true spirit realm expert, but he could set up more. It was only after he participated in the Pear Province auction that he obtained this level 5 trap array. Qin Feng couldn't help but rejoice. Fortunately, he obtained a level 5 trap array. Otherwise, a level 4 trap array wouldn't be able to trap Bai Zhanfei. It wasn't because of the number of array flags. It was just Qin Feng's ignorant thoughts. Brother Yang, how are your injuries? Do you want to rest for a while? Qin Feng continued to refine array flags and threw them around the level 5 trap array. The 4 sky-reaching walls shone brighter. Yang Badian couldn't miss such a great opportunity, so he launched an attack. My injuries are fine. Brother Qin is really amazing to be able to arrange a level 5 trap array. A loud sound exploded in the trap array. The space of this level 5 trap array was extremely small. It was only the size of an ordinary family's toilet. Bai Zhanfei couldn't dodge at all. His body was constantly hit and his arrogance was scattered. His hair was disheveled and he was in a sorry state. The people outside the trap array could attack the people inside, but the people trapped inside the trap array couldn't attack the people outside. Bai Zhanfei could only be beaten. There were a few times when he was forced to use a few palms to counterattack, but they were bounced back by the trap array and hit him instead. Bang bang bang. For a moment, there was a loud sound in the trap array. Bai Zhanfei began to scream in pain and his body was covered in blood. He didn't have the dignity of a true spirit realm expert anymore. However, after this fierce attack, Yang Badian had consumed a lot of true essence and his moves had become much weaker. Qin Feng wanted to help attack Bai Zhanfei, but he still had to refine array flags to maintain the level 5 trap array. Furthermore, even if Bai Zhanfei was seriously injured, he was still a true spirit realm expert. Qin Feng's attacks wouldn't have any effect on him. You two ants, let me out if you have the guts. What kind of skill is this? I despise you. Bai Zhanfei cursed anxiously. Yang Boshan's face turned red and he felt a little embarrassed. After all, he was a true spirit realm expert. Even if he won in the end, it didn't seem very honorable. However, Qin Feng retorted, you still have the nerve to say that? You are a middle true spirit realm expert, but you came to show off to me, an early Buddha light realm expert. Is this what you call skill? Bai Zhanfei was speechless, but he quickly said, okay, as long as you let me out, I promise I won't hurt you. I will fight with Yang Badian. If he loses, you will go back with me. If he wins, I will let you two go. That's fair enough, right? Qin Feng sneered, Brother Yang has just stepped into the early true spirit realm. How can his true essence be as strong as yours? Why don't you find a late true spirit realm expert to fight with? You still have the nerve to talk about fairness? Don't talk nonsense here. The divine continent is a place where the strong prey on the weak. Those who can survive in the end are the real experts. You are not as good as others, so you can die in peace. Qin Feng's words made Yang Badian come to his senses. The trace of shame in his heart suddenly disappeared, and his attacks became more fierce. The trap formation rumbled again, and from time to time Bai Zhanfei's screams could be heard. Seeing that Bai Zhanfei couldn't hold on for long, he suddenly roared and took out a huge bronze bell from nowhere. It stood on the ground. Qin Feng, I want you to die a horrible death. Bai Zhanfei slammed his hand, and the bronze bell that was as tall as a human was placed horizontally in front of him. The huge bell's mouth faced one of the walls of the formation. Bai Zhanfei slammed his palm on the bottom of the bronze bell, and the loud sound seemed to be able to destroy the world. Rumble. The fierce true essence seemed to be strengthened by the bronze bell, and the level 5 trap formation shook violently a few times. It seemed to be on the verge of collapse. You're tuning in to the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.